You're about to listen to TADPOG, Tyler and Dave Play Old Games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to another TADPOG podcast. It's just a little old show where two old guys and somebody whose age I have no idea where it lies in the spectrum.
Oh, I'm 30.
Damn it, I was going to guess.
All right.
You're
Oh, sorry.
It's all good. I was going to guess 30.
Talk about a very current and new game.
Very new game. But it has some retro things in it.
That's true.
That we're probably not going to talk about, but it does have retro stuff in it. So, yeah, it's got a whole bunch of... Man, we're going to get into this game like for real, but I wish they had some kind of Oregon Trail reference in Smash Brothers. Spoilers, we're talking about Super Smash Brothers Ultimate.
Hell yes.
Sorry to take that from you, Tyler.
No, it's good. It's good.
I'm just excited.
I know.
I'm excited to talk about this game. And like, we've got a special guest, Chocto, in with us. How's it going,
what's
man?
up, guys? Thank you for having me on the show. I am a weekly listener, and now, like I said, I feel like I'm peeking behind the curtain.
Yeah, you're a fellow Ultima Online alum, aren't you?
Oh my god, we're gonna go off on a tangent here if we start talking about UO.
I mean, you were a hell-raising shitlord like me, right?
Dude, PKing was my thing.
Yeah, baby.
I had a system. I had
feed
a
me.
system down where I would find people out in, I guess, in unguarded territory, and I would tax them. If they had nothing to give me, I would kill them. I had a code.
Oh, that's nice. You had honor.
Yeah, a little bit.
I had none.
And then I became a shitlord, a couple years after that.
But at least you started at a good place. From day one, I was a very, very bad person in that game.
I actually just stopped playing on a free shard that came up. It was called Santiago. It was a shard that we played 15 years ago. And it was a great PvP shard, and then it went down, and then we haven't heard anything about it since, and there were all these clones. And then in the last 2 months, there was word that it was coming back up. So the shard came back up. Everyone flocked to it. We played hardcore for about 3 or 4 weeks. I macroed the shit out of my character,
Like you do.
Yes. Well, I mean, as opposed to playing on Ultima's official shards, you can have unlimited GM skills. So I had like 20 GM skills. And then by the time it was time to start playing the game, everyone had stopped. So I just spent 4 weeks macroing, and then I maybe got into 3 duels, and that was it.
I think the most recent private shard I played on was like UO Renaissance, and I think they have been under like a denial of service attack for like the last 4 months or something like that.
I think I remember Josh talking about that.
Which really sucks, because I mean I really like that server because like it was set up like UO Renaissance. I mean, it was like, wow, there weren't a whole lot of like shenanigans or anything,
The good old days, man.
Yeah, for real.
Back in 1998.
God, man, yeah, for real. Like that game was like, man, because I played that game, because I played Ultima Online, I did not play so many other games that came out in that time period.
I missed the whole PS2 era pretty much just because of Final Fantasy 11.
Because of Final Fantasy 11,
I know that MMO hole.
But Chocto, man, I'm glad that you're here on the show. I know you're. Tell us a little bit about yourself, by the way, please.
So I'm a YouTuber. I'm fairly new. I've been YouTubing for the last almost 3 years. My channel started with just a mishmash of different things. Like I was covering Dragon Ball at one point. I was covering this Pokemon mobile game, and kind of struggling to find an identity. And in the last couple months, Smash really popped for me. So I'm kind of shifting focus over to Smash and Nintendo-related content. And I'm currently posting almost daily videos on Smash. So
awesome. I think they're really good. I know you posted one because Brandon Cates is putting together a Smash Brothers tournament. And
I think, I'm on the list.
Yeah, and that's awesome. You're gonna destroy me for sure. Like I've been playing. I played this game on Twitch like the last.
You
two
playing on
Sundays.
hard. I think you're training like hyperbolic time chamber.
No,
Like,
I was gonna say you need to hop in the hyperbolic time chamber. You get 2 whole days.
Yeah, I need it for sure, man. Because like I've been playing with viewers on Twitch, and I know you've been doing that too. And it is like, man, I discovered quickly that I don't have a fucking shot in this tournament.
Well, I think it's a muscle memory thing for me. Like, if you don't mind me asking, what was both of your guys' first Smash experience? Did you start with 64? Did you hop in later?
I started with 64.
And I started with Melee.
Mm-hmm. I think 64 is my first, but Melee was really where I got into like heavy, no items and playing, 1v1s. And it's kind of been a religious thing from there. Like I've played every Smash game, and that's probably what gets the most play on any of my consoles. So
that's why I bought a GameCube, was because of Smash Brothers, because I was tired of getting absolutely destroyed at Tyler's apartment when like we'd all meet up and then like play, and then I didn't even own the fucking game. So
as you often say,
yeah,
I don't even own this game.
Every time I'd lose, I'd be like, I don't even own this game. What do you? I can't practice this.
It's a great fallback to have. I don't fucking own this game, and then when you beat somebody, I don't even own this game.
Right? Yeah, exactly. It works both ways. It's fucking great. But yeah, I bought it because it was like, and I bought a GameCube like so fucking super late, but it was still like I just happened to have the money like maybe a year before the GameCube was not a thing anymore, where it's like, I'm buying this. So that's pretty much all I played. That and I think Rogue Squadron or whatever version
it's
of
a
that
great game.
Yeah.
Is that the one you modded for Naruto?
Yeah, that is actually the one that I modded for the Naruto import games.
Naruto Rogue Squadron?
Rogue Squadron. Yeah, that would be sweet. Someone on Steam Workshop has done that. Sexy ninjutsu in the sky.
I have no. Listen, you can mod all kinds of games now, so
yeah, no, that would be great. But no, unfortunately, just the Naruto fighting game. Which man,
oh okay,
I really liked that.
Oh yeah, man, watching you and John play it was pretty fucking good.
Yeah, it was a fun game. Kind of like Smash Brothers.
Yeah. No, my friend Nolan, we'd always basically my freshman, sophomore, part of my junior year, his house was it every weekend. And he had his own room like above the garage. So we were all in there. We started with 64, all playing that together until Melee came out. They were all about Melee. But I mean, I remember, we weren't super hardcore at the N64. It was just fun. And then when Melee came out, then that's when we were all just like heavily dedicated. I went and bought a GameCube and
see, and I like, shit. I'm curious, like, Chocto, how dedicated to Smash Brothers 64 were you? I mean, I know you said that's where you started.
I think I'm in the same boat as Tyler. Like, Smash 64 was just something that I played with my friends. I didn't realize there was this competitive scene surrounding it. And then once Melee came out, and, I knew there were people out there. I might have went to a tournament. I don't know. I was young, but I remember getting my ass whooped. And I was like, all right, there are people that are good at this game. I thought I was good at this game, but Melee is where I had my awakening. I was like, okay, there are people that are really fucking good at this game.
And I've played the 64 version, and like for the show, obviously, and because we did an episode on it a while back in the dark period where we did N64 games. And man, it is like one of those where it's like, it's cool to see where the game like got its roots. But I do not think I would ever go back and play the 64 version again, other than just for, like curiosity.
Yeah.
Where it's, but Melee, on the other hand, I know this sounds crazy, but I would go back and play Melee just for funsies.
Well, I don't know if you were aware of this, but Melee still has such a huge following in terms of the competitive scene.
That's what I hear. Yeah, I mean, like that's when I've talked to like Drex, for example, on Twitch. Like, I mean, I that's the big one still, as far as I know, isn't it?
I mean, because you can still use GameCube controllers, so
yeah, it's like
that's the big thing.
And like even with Smash Brothers Ultimate, like you can use a GameCube controller, right? They sell an adapters.
Yep.
I mean, that's wild.
I think you can use the Wii U adapter for it. I need to test it out. But
you can.
Because I haven't. Okay.
That's awesome. So this is another good question. This brings us to a good question. How do you play this game? How do you play Super Smash Brothers Ultimate? Because there are a whole bunch of different ways you can play it. You can play it handheld mode. You can play it with a pro controller. You could play it with, God forbid, the Joy-Cons, I guess. Or I mean, so how do you do it? How do you do it, Chocto?
I use the GameCube controller because I consider myself to be a hardcore player. Whether or not I'm good at the game, that's another question.
It's a purist. I like it.
Yeah, It's just that the GameCube controller feels made for Smash. You have the big fucking A button that you're going to be mashing to, do your Smash attacks with the C stick. Just the layout is just most comfortable and what's familiar to me.
I'm really glad that you brought up the C stick, because in the video you posted on the tournament comments was a video that you did, which was like 5 tips for new Smash players. And it's like, I've been playing Smash since Melee, and your tip to use the C stick for tilt attacks was like, oh, why is this the first time I'm hearing this? And it's made a huge difference.
The thing about tilts is people forget they exist because people are so busy running back and forth on the map. And
I use tilts all the time.
You use tilts?
Yes.
I do now, and I didn't until I watched that video. So I really do. I mean, I owe you thanks for that, because no one ever told me that.
I helped one person.
You at least one person. You helped me for sure.
At least one person found that stuff valuable.
I use the Pro controller, and it does feel weird because I'm used to playing on the GameCube controller up until now. But it's like one of those where it's like I'm getting used to it. I guess the only thing that I've got an issue with is jumping. And from what I understand, a lot of people jump with a face button and don't press up to jump. And I've always pressed up to jump. And what I'm kind of learning is like maybe I need to change that. I mean, I don't know. How do you guys do that?
Let me play it and see.
Oh yeah.
Like how do I do it normally? Because I used the GameCube controllers.
I lost you guys for a minute.
Oh, hey, no problem. Welcome back. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that we lost you. We're recording off my tiny ass phone, which is at the center of the table. We've just been going on about how you jump in Smash Brothers Ultimate, because I use the up on the analog stick to jump because I'm used to doing that in like Street Fighter and stuff like that. But like a lot of people have told me that I need to I need to use a jump button.
Yeah, I'm used to using a jump button.
Yeah, you guys are both using, and you guys are both better at the game than I am. So
I mean, honestly, I will do both.
Oh, really? You'll switch back and forth?
Yep.
Because I know people like Zalnob, for example, told me in Twitch chat that he turned the jump with stick off.
Yeah.
So Rob, you are sorry, Chocto. You also not a stick man.
I turn the stick off because if I'm going to do an up tilt, I don't want to accidentally jump.
Yeah, that makes sense.
When I'm going for an up tilt, so I use X on the GameCube controller to jump.
That makes sense. And I feel like that feels better. Like that would feel better on a GameCube controller than just because of the button, the face button layout. Because on the Pro controller, I don't know. I mean, it just doesn't feel right to press it to jump.
I think it's just a purist thing. I honestly think whatever controller you're most comfortable with, you should use. I just think the people who have been playing hardcore since the beginning or since at least Melee, they prefer the GameCube controller because it's what they're used to. But like newer players, they might prefer the Pro controller, which is fine. I
adapted to Pro controller and then now just the Switch. I play just holding my Switch like a Game Boy.
Handheld mode.
Yep.
I like playing in handheld mode too because I like playing this game in bed, but those fucking joysticks suck. Like I'm constantly doing things that I'm not meaning to do with those fucking joy sticks.
I use the shit out of the Ore Club, and you have to do a charge smash to make that the tornado, and I will with these joysticks I will very frequently hold on, sorry. Metal Mario popped up. I'm going to pause it.
You are going to have to stop playing this game.
I am. Sorry. My spirit board's now like all the shit you've been waiting for. Here it is.
Yeah.
We're here now.
Like, is that okay? So we've all answered the controller question, and you brought this spirit board up. You guys have talked about the spirit board a few times before we started recording.
No, I'm your host Tyler. I don't have any stories. Let's talk about Smash Brothers.
Yeah. I'm Dave. You know me, Dave. And we got Chocto here. What is a spirit? What is spirit board?
Well, so Tyler, do you want to take this?
You go ahead and take it. I'm gonna fight Metal Mario. You take it.
I figured you were busy, so the spirit board is a timed board of different spirits that you can collect by beating them, and they change out frequently. So you have 5 or 10 minute timers on each spirit, and after they're gone, you have to wait for them to pop up, or you have to unlock them a different way. But that's basically the gist of it.
Tyler, I can tell that you are intently concentrating because you're breathing.
I'm going to quit after this.
You are breathing into the mic like Blake, who just ate 5 hot and ready pizzas. I hope it's picked up. I really hope that people can hear it. Or what's her name? Yuri from Doki Doki Literature Club. That's the breathing I'm hearing. So the spirit board, that is like 100% a World of Light thing. Is that right?
It's because normally you'll see the spirits in the. Well, you want to read from Wikipedia before we get too much into it?
Yeah, I can read from Wikipedia. Do you need a minute to beat Metal Mario?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a bitch, and I need him for several different summons.
I'm glad. I see where your priorities lie. I see.
Yeah.
I see.
I feel bad. I'm going to stop after this.
To be fair, this spirit could go away and then he might never find it again.
Is that true? Like, I mean, like, that's how, like, fickle the spirits are?
I mean, this is... Well, I mean, I've been playing a lot of hours, and these last 5 minutes are the first 2 times I've seen him.
No shit. Well, I don't honestly even think I really need to read from Wikipedia. Like, people know what Smash Brothers are, like, is. So... I mean, the game came out in 2018. It's a crossover fighting game developed by Bandai Namco, which did they do? I don't even know if they did the last one, if they did Smash 4.
I'm pretty sure they did.
Okay. Of course, it was published by Nintendo, and it is the 5th installment in the Super Smash Brothers series, succeeding Super Smash Brothers for Nintendo 3DS, which we actually did an episode on.
Mm-hmm. Forgot about that.
And the Wii U version, which I never bought, and don't really regret not buying.
Yeah, I didn't buy any of the DLC for it. Like, I bought 2 adapters. I made sure I had like all the controllers, game controllers that I needed for it. I had a good time with it.
You
but
had
at the same time, yeah,
over in Annex 2.
There wasn't enough to keep me busy when I didn't have a ton of people over, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I know like a lot of people got into the DLC, and I feel like the DLC fighters were really, really cool. Like, I mean, when I heard that Cloud was in the game when he was released, I was like, well, maybe I'll buy the Wii U version of Smash and buy the Cloud DLC. And I was like, actually, I don't think I'm going to do that. But I'm talking about characters, Cloud and all that. I have a really important question to give everybody at home an idea of who we are dealing with. I want everybody to let me know who your main is. Who is your main fighter in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? Chocto.
See, it's difficult because I have a main that I'll play all the time, and then there's characters that I'm very into right now that I want to main. But right now, my main is DK. He was my main in Smash 4 as well, and I'm fiddling around with like King K. Rool right now and Inkling, and honestly, there's so many fucking characters. But DK, if I had to pick one.
DK. In previous Smashes, I mean, I know you said that you've spent a lot of time with DK. Like, when did that start? When did your love affair with DK start?
Well, it was one summer night. But it's weird because I had some evolution that I went through. I went through some fighting game puberty where I used to love playing fast, light characters, and then something clicked one day, and I just started playing heavies. And there's just something so satisfying about playing heavy, slower characters. Maybe it's just when hits connect, they're tougher to use because a lot of the times heavier characters are lower tier.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like tiers is like one of those things where it's like
Ganondorf is a heavy that's usually a high tier, right?
I mean, the game is still so new that it's hard to say who's falling where. And, you see all these pro players spit out new tier lists every week. So I guess we really don't know yet. But I've been playing a lot of Ganondorf too lately. I don't think I've ever played as Donkey Kong. Like, I'm trying to think.
Only for challenges in the GameCube did I ever play.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Yeah, and it's like there are a bunch of other characters like that for me. Like Samus. Like, I think I've played as Samus once.
Never been a Samus person.
So I feel like that is something that would also help me a lot. Is like just spend like an hour with each character or something like that, just to get familiar with the character. But there's like 75. The roster's like 75 fighters in this one. Is that right?
I think
it's more if you're counting the Mii characters and the individual Pokemon.
I do like some of the Mii fighters because I do like seeing people who have created Waluigi, for example.
I may or may not have done a video with a Waluigi Mii already.
Tyler, who is your main?
Well, I don't remember who it was in 64. In Melee, it was Dr. Mario.
I remember that.
And then into Brawl, I guess into the very end of Melee, then through Brawl, and now into Ultimate, it is Peach.
Peach?
Oh, I fucking love Peach.
So I'm assuming you just beat Metal Mario there.
Yes,
because you didn't scream out, fuck.
Yep.
So like, all right, he did
I got it. I'm good.
You did that with Peach?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
No, Peach, and then my 2 backups would be Ness and Dr. Mario.
So, Tyler, are you switching to Daisy now that Daisy is in Ultimate, or are you sticking with Peach?
I'm sticking with Peach.
Oh, Daisy's where it's at, though. She's such a sassy britches.
That's true.
That's
true.
I love it. For the longest time, I played Kirby. Like, for the longest time, I played Kirby. And to middling success, I mean, I don't blame Kirby, but it's
I bet you were very happy with the World of Light intro.
I was, man, because like in the story mode of this game is like you start it up, and it was one of those where it's like I had brought this game home, and I remember showing it to Henry, like to get it to gauge his interest, because he loves it when I come home with video games, and it's like, what is it? He never wants to like play it or anything. It's just like he just wants to fucking see it, and it's like I showed it to him, and I was like, this is the one that he's gonna want to play. This is gonna be fucking awesome. By the way, I'm like one story inside another at this point, but he got Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu for Christmas with the Pokeball controller. Has never played it. He was excited to get it, but every time I'm like, do you want to play that cool game that Graham and Pop gotcha? He's like, no, he'll look at the box. He just looks at the box and just kind of like, he's happy that he has it. He's happy that it's there, but he does not want to play it. But I came home after getting Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and I was like, check this out. And he grabbed it. He was excited. He's smiling. He's looking at it, and I see him like kind of like zone in. And then he like kind of puts it down and looks up at me, and like I've never seen this expression on his face ever. I didn't know.
He's ready.
Well, I'll get to that.
My body's ready, Father.
Yeah, it was one where it was like I've never seen the expression before. And I was worried because like I was like, what is this? And he goes, Mario and Pikachu together, and it blew my fucking mind because it's like. I've known Smash Brothers for so long that it is not wild to me the fact that Mario and Pikachu are in a game together fighting each other.
And they're punching each other in the face.
Right, yeah, exactly. Do you guys remember the original Super Smash Brothers commercial for N64 where it's like
dude, I love that commercial.
Oh, it's fucking great.
Oh, they're holding hands.
All the dudes in mascot costumes and they're holding hands and like so happy together is playing, and then they're beating the shit out of each other at the end. I do feel like
I forgot about that.
I think that was the first advertisement I saw, which is what got me into Smash Brothers. I was like, I have to play this game. I didn't know this existed.
It's a really good commercial, and it's weird that you say that because I don't know if the game just didn't get enough press or what, because it's like I didn't know about it either until I saw that commercial. And not like I was like super on top of it, but I mean, usually if a big game was coming out, I'd hear about it at least. But anyway, to get back on what I was saying originally, until I got on like 14 different stories at the same time, I used to main Kirby, and I still do like Kirby, but I've been spending a lot of time with Richter recently, and man, Richter is he's like one of those characters where it's like I was saying, where it's like Mario and Pikachu together, like that's not a big deal to me, but like all of a sudden a fucking Belmont is in Smash Brothers, and it's like, I feel like one of those like E3 announcements, like dudes crying. It's like, are you serious? And it's like, it's amazing. It's great. So it's like, it was one of those when he was announced that he was going to be in the game, I already knew I was going to be buying this game, but it was one of those moments where it's like, not only am I going to buy this game, I'm going to play as Richter Belmont, and I'm going to main Richter Belmont, even if he fucking sucks. Like, even if he's the worst character in the game. Work. We'll make it work.
Like people in Dragon Ball FighterZ kicking ass with Yamcha. You just
I love Yamcha.
Love it enough.
I love Yamcha.
Yamcha he's pretty decent in that game.
I haven't played FighterZ pretty much since like a month after it came out. I really, really liked it. It's not like a hit against the game or anything. It's just one of those where I kind of like fell off because that story mode kind of was very long and samey. Unlike what I think Smash Brothers does. I think that we were talking about the Spirit Board earlier in World of Light, and yes, Tyler, I love the intro. I'm kind of back to that story thread. I love the intro to the World of Light because like
it makes sense.
I mean, yeah, I love it. It's like, yeah, it totally makes sense. The story is essentially that the video opens up and pretty much everyone dies. And it was
the hands of Galeem, the Lord of Light.
Galeem. So it is one of those where it's like, man, maybe it's a good thing that Henry didn't want to play this game, because he still asks me about that one episode of that ER show he saw where a shark was attached to a man's leg, and they had transported the man and the shark to the ER in an inflatable raft. He still asks me about that at least 4 times a day.
That sounds like the closest thing to Super Smash Brothers that could happen in real life.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty up there. Yeah, but every time it's like, whenever he says "Daddy," I know there's an 80% chance he's going to say, "Was that shark on the man's leg real?"
You know how you like Mario and Pikachu? Well, watch them get murdered.
You're right. Yeah, exactly. They do. They get murdered like right in front of your eyes by streaks of light. And then only one character is able to escape, and that is Kirby. Mm-hmm. He's on one of the superstars.
Yep.
And he crashes, and essentially it opens up to him in the wasteland.
All 70-plus characters all evaporated,
right,
except for Kirby, who barely manages to escape.
Yeah. I mean, so you had to start playing the adventure mode, the World of Light mode, as Kirby, which was fantastic for me. I did not have a problem with it. I mean, what do you guys think about that? I mean, like, what do you think of the story of the World of Light? Like, I mean, good thing, bad thing? I
love it. I fucking love it.
Yeah.
I'd be pissed if I was like, if from Smash Brother or Smash 4, if my main was Bayonetta or like Dark Samus, I'd be super pissed.
Yeah.
Because you don't get them to like the very, very, very end.
Yeah.
So
I haven't unlocked them yet in World of Light.
Are we gonna do spoilers? I don't want to spoil anything for you.
I mean, I've kind of had things. I don't care. I like the single player mode. I like adventure mode. But if you spoil things for me, it's not going to bother me. This is this is a pretty new game, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know. How big of spoilers are we talking?
Well, there are other worlds in the World of Light.
Okay. I knew that much. So. Yeah. And I wasn't super surprised because, like, it dawned on me pretty quick as I was working through World of Light. I was like, okay, there are over 70 characters, and I feel like I've almost cleared this map, and I've only unlocked about 30. So there's got to be something new. Chocto, what do you think about adventure mode?
See, I think this is what we spoke about before, we started recording. I think we're different types of players. I went straight to playing classic mode and playing all-star mode and just modes that I'm more familiar with in past games. I know that Brawl had the Subspace Emissary, which is the closest thing to the World of Light, but I'm maybe 4 or 5 hours deep, and I feel like I haven't even scratched the surface of World of Light, but I love it. I think it's awesome that you start with one character because you're kind of forced to play with characters you may not have used.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting twist because, you only get Kirby to start, like you said.
And then it splits off. You have like three options. It's not long
before you get Mario.
Yeah.
And then I was forced to have Mario up until I got Peach, and I've just been Peach the whole rest of the time. But for adventure mode, because I also started on classic mode.
Okay.
Because I knew what that was. So I played through classic mode some. Like, you have the big mural, and you set your difficulty on the left side of the mural, and as it progresses up, you go to the other side of the mural. It's pretty cool.
It is neat. It's like a neat little, like, addition to a visual definition of scale of difficulty. Does it matter? Like, I mean, do you get any, like, I know the goal is to see all of the mural, right? And, like, the mural caps at 10, right? I'm assuming. I don't know.
I don't know.
I haven't done much of classic mode.
But then that unlocks more of the. I guess there are other like stained glasses for every mode that will like shatter and open up, and you get rewards for that.
Oh, okay.
So there's a classic mode like mural that you can unlock, or like panes of glass, and there's one for the spirit board, and there's one for the World of Light, and there's one for online mode, there's one for others and shit like that. So
you're talking about like the sticker pages essentially, where it's like
challenges,
like the achievements kind of things, right? Go. Okay, yeah, you're rewarded for doing things. Okay, gotcha. So if you get to the 10 mark on that tableau or whatever, you unlock a
because I think shard. Once you beat like 9.9 difficulty, it unlocks one of those shards, or you get a sticker on it or whatever.
Do you guys give a fuck about that? Like, I mean,
Yeah, I do.
You do. You
I
do.
like it.
Seriously.
I like it.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. I don't really, but it's like, but I'm glad that you do, because it's like one of those things when like ever it pops up, I'm like, oh, an annoying thing in my way of the game. So, I mean, I'm glad that they do it.
Pull
It's
mine up
nice.
here.
I like it because there's meaningful things behind each stained glass. I mean, you might unlock music or like a spirit or maybe a Mii costume, so it's not like it's for nothing.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, and that's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it is nice to get something.
I've gotten lots of spirit points or whatever because I need all the spirit currency I can get.
Sure. It is nice to get a reward for something that you're going to do anyway.
Yep.
I mean, that's really nice.
Although they do have another little quality of life thing in that you can go ahead and shatter some anyway. You get the hammer
Without
doing
it,
you can go ahead and check it off.
So millennial.
Yeah, some of that shit. Like I didn't look forward to doing it.
Yeah.
And you don't get very many of them,
Yeah.
so you can't do a whole lot. And some of them you still can't do it too. Like there are still two like classic mode achievements I haven't unlocked because those whatever they are weren't fun for me, and
So you didn't want to do them anyway.
Yeah.
So you have an option to
Go ahead and opt
unlock
out.
it without doing it. That's cool.
Which I think that's neat because there are some challenges like people who just hate playing, let's say, as Donkey Kong. But I remember
Sure.
on Melee.
Hey now.
I mean, who would like to play as Donkey Kong?
Who would do that?
Who would do that?
But I remember like a challenge to beat 2 gigantic Bowsers at Donkey Kong, and I was awful with Donkey Kong, and it was incredibly difficult. And I
Yeah.
got frustrated, and never did it because it just wasn't fun for me. So
Sure.
being able to check that off is nice.
So it's a nice little skip button. How many like stained glass pieces are there to unlock? I mean, there's a lot, right?
There's
Yeah, let me go.
I'm
and
trying to
scroll
think
up.
of per mode. There's probably I want to say maybe 30 to 40 per page. And then you have like a page for each mode. You
For
have
each
online.
mode.
You have classic. You have World of Light. So there's a ton of them.
Well, they're like 24 for adventure, and there are 2 I haven't done yet, and I can't automatically knock them off.
Like you
which-
don't have enough hammers, or they just won't allow you
it
to
just
do
won't-
it.
Even with the hammer, you can't do it. You have to earn it.
How do you get the hammer?
For beating other stuff anyway. There'll be
Oh,
a
I
little
see.
meter that will slowly
Oh,
build as
okay,
you
cool.
go ahead and knock them off naturally. And at a certain point, then you'll get like one hit with the hammer to knock something off.
Okay, cool.
So like on the adventure board, like I only need to do the entire final battle without being KO'd, which I've gotten very close to that, but I haven't done it. And then it just says win in all the battles.
Okay.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
I guess clear the whole map.
Maybe because I remember, I don't know. I wish you could. There's some things whenever I beat the game, it gives you your percentage.
Yeah.
And I was like 99.73. I have no idea, and I didn't skip over anything intentionally.
Yeah.
There's just some shit
You missed
somewhere
one thing.
I didn't find.
Right.
And it's fucking sucks.
You can't go back.
I went back and I found 2, but then it didn't change my percentage.
that
So
sucks.
I don't know what it is now or what I have to
Yeah.
do. But
I wish they gave you your percentage as you were playing, because
Yeah.
they don't. I don't think so.
I don't remember seeing it after I beat the game.
I know it tells you the time. I've got a whopping 45 hours in World of Light adventure mode. I played a lot of it. I'm playing on hard difficulty, which I don't really feel like I'm benefiting that much from, but it is definitely stretching out the experience. I am not even like halfway through it. I haven't even unlocked half of the fighters in that mode. I do think it's kind of weird because it's like you unlock characters in 2 different places in the game, which I understand why they do it, but it does get a little confusing because it's like, especially when adventure mode is your main mode, because I would unlock, for example, I would unlock Link in adventure mode, but that doesn't mean that he is unlocked for online play
Right.
or for Smash mode or any other mode
Yep.
than adventure mode. So while I was in the process of unlocking characters, people would ask me, who do you have unlocked? And my answer was, I have no clue. And it depends on the mode you're talking about, because it is like, I got half the characters unlocked in adventure mode and half of them unlocked here. So I don't know how else they could have done it, but I thought that was a little confusing.
Yeah. Well, in the World of Light, because you also, what I just had to figure out on my own was you save, there are some fighters, you beat them because whatever, Galeem makes evil clones of them, and you have to go in and beat them to save them, and you can beat them.
And I have a really dumb question.
Okay.
Galeem?
Galeem, the thing that fires off the balls of light at the very beginning.
Yeah, but like, should I know who Galeem is? Because I don't.
It doesn't say his name until you're actually playing through adventure mode. Then it'll say like Galeem's shield is starting to falter.
Yeah, I know that, but like, I mean, like, this isn't like is Galeem from another game?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, I could be wrong.
He's
but
specific to Smash.
Okay, all right. Has he been in other Smash Brothers games?
Not that I know of.
Okay, good. That makes me feel a lot better because it's like, for the longest time, I don't know. I have the internet. You know, I could look this up, but I mean, it's one of those.
What?
Right? Yeah, huh? I haven't met a friend on the playground yet who knows where Galeem is from.
My uncle at Nintendo didn't tell me anything about Galeem being in any other games.
Right, exactly. Okay, so like, all right, that makes me feel better. Is Galeem Master Hand? Like, Master Hand is the one that I know from Smash Brothers.
He controls Master Hand.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Master Hand works for Galeem.
Oh, my God. All right, that sounded like a euphemism.
Yeah. And then there are other spirits, which are primary spirits and support spirits, which are characters and items from all of the Nintendo and its adjoined partnership universes. So to add on to your character, you can equip a primary spirit, which come in different types. There's like green, blue, red, and neutral.
So there's like a paper, rock, scissors, or like a Pokemon kind of thing.
much.
Exactly.
Yeah, where it's like one beats the other, but is weak against another one, that kind of deal. Cool.
Yep. And then depending on what that primary spirit strength, it'll have its own special skill, and then slots for you to equip support spirits. Or it may not have any and no special skills, or then it runs the gamut in that way.
And this is like, because of that, I feel like this is the most this is like the most RPG
Absolutely.
Smash Brothers has like ever ever been. Because it's like when I started playing it, I was like, holy shit, there is some depth here. You can customize your fighters' abilities, essentially their statistics
to that battle that
which
you're
is
about to go under. Yep.
Which is very interesting. I think it for me, I don't know, like I never tune to a battle. I never tune my spirits to a battle specific. It's very rare. Like if I lose a battle like 3 times, I'm like, fuck this. I'm going to get my good shit and equip that and my good spirits, and we're going to fight. Otherwise, I just use the auto. I think it's nice that there's like a press a button and it's like the game is just kind of like, this will probably work.
Well, now, just about 90% of the time now, whenever I was first starting, I switched constantly and tooled for every single battle.
Yeah.
Until eventually I got a really strong neutral spirit. And then I got... So I use Soma Cruz from Aria of Sorrow and Dawn of Sorrow.
Oh, okay.
From Castlevania. I use him, and then he's a very, very powerful neutral primary, and he has 3 slots. And of course, I just always put an ore club. Two people from Animal Crossing, their spirit makes you start with an ore club, which takes up all 3 slots. It's a fucking badass item, and that's how I roll about 90% of the time. Because I can start the battle, charge up my ore club, throw a tornado, throw 5 or 6 of those until I can't anymore, and even then the ore club still does a tremendous amount of damage. So
I was fortunate enough to grab Akuma in the spirit board, or maybe I purchased him in the shop because I don't remember fighting him. But Akuma is said to be one of the stronger, or at least from what I've seen so far, one of the stronger spirits. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any support spirit slots, so I can't. Once you have Akuma, that's it. You're only getting him. But like I said, really fucking strong. You can KO someone in maybe 3 hits if you land 3 solid attacks.
That is fucking wild, dude.
Especially at level 99. He's broken.
Yeah, because these spirits level up as well. We haven't mentioned that yet, which is wild because it's like you're constantly in that mode, in adventure mode. I feel like I'm constantly working towards something, which is neat.
Because you feed them snacks, cores, or you send them to train with Doc Lewis.
Yeah.
And that's the best way to do it, because if you feed them snacks, you also have to spend the spirit currency, and you run out of that shit real fucking fast. And then I never want to feed them cores, because I need the cores to combine to summon new spirits that you can't find otherwise. Because there are ones that you run into in adventure mode, but then there are some that are only on the spirit board, which is just the 8 slots, like Chocto was talking about, where you just go through and pick those. And then in the shops, there are some that will pop up that you won't see normally.
Yeah. And I think it's really... Sorry, go ahead, Chocto.
Sorry. We should probably also mention that some spirits evolve when they hit max level. I think Shadow from Sonic Adventure 2 turns into Super Shadow when he hits level 99.
Yeah, I think that's really cool that they have that, because it's like there are a few others, like I can't think of them off the top of my head, but I mean, yeah, there are several where it's like if you get to 99, you have the option of sending them back to level 1 with the potential of building up an even better spirit, a stronger spirit. So I think that's really, really cool. And what my favorite thing about the spirits has nothing to do with leveling them up or equipping them or anything like that. My favorite thing about the spirits is in adventure mode, to unlock a spirit, you typically fight that spirit. And Nintendo has like, I'm sorry, I say Nintendo, but Bandai Namco essentially has come up with like really creative fights to approximate these spirits. Like, for example, Akuma is not a playable character in the game. But assuming that you could get his spirit through fighting a character in adventure mode, they would probably choose they would choose a close approximation to Akuma. So you'd be fighting Ryu, I'm assuming, who may be color treated.
And they'll color him to look like it. Yep.
And then he not only will look like him, but they will also do things to, like maybe they would boost his Hadouken or something like that. You know, they would make modifications to the characters to make it feel like you're fighting that spirit. And I think that's really, really cool.
And this was their way of including all these characters that people had been requesting, that obviously they can't add infinite characters to the roster. Right. So it's nice that there's some inclusion, even in the form of spirits, that you can then attach to your character. And you could even take them outside of, spirit mode, and you can play against your friend's spirit setup, or you could play online with your friends.
Wait, what? I didn't know that. The spirits aren't limited to adventure mode, like World of Light?
No, you can actually equip them in versus mode, or you can go online and play against people in a lobby and allow everyone to equip spirits.
Oh, that's awesome. That's cool, because it gives extra like reward for taking the time to build these spirits up.
Like I have the Geno spirit, because of course they would make him an actual fighter.
Yeah, I know.
I don't even want to talk about
that. What was it called? The Grinch leak or whatever, where like that last big like leak before Smash came out, I remember Geno was mentioned as being like a playable fighter.
Man, fuck the Grinch.
Man, right? Exactly. And it was like, whoa, this is wild. I'm not like the biggest Geno fan, but I mean, at the same time, it's like I love Super Mario RPG. I love the idea of that game kind of getting like like a headlining fighter. Yeah. Other than Mario, I guess.
I mean, he's pretty powerful. I mean, maxed out, his power is 10,000, and he has 3 slots. So it's pretty good. I use him when I need a 3-slot red, but then again, his power is only 10,000. Like Akuma, while he has no slots, maxed out, he's like 13,235. So he's very, very strong.
And they each have ranks too, like 4-star rank, 3-star rank, 2-star rank, and 1-star rank, I guess, just to give you a general idea of how good that spirit is. And they're all like in card form, essentially, which I think is neat too, because it gives you a good like physical representation. Like every time you pull up the menu, to me, it looks like I'm looking at a Magic the Gathering card or something like that.
Like Chocto, do you know, because I don't know, if you can stack abilities? Like if I have 2 different spirits that do the same thing, do those abilities stack? Or do I only get one of them?
So I'm not completely sure. I think spirit mode is what I've touched the least since, but I don't see you being able to stack abilities. Like if something gives you a movement speed and you have 2 characters that give you movement speed, I think it might just take 1. But then, don't take my word for it, because I'm not sure.
I know the game has recommended for me, like going into fights that are like stamina fights, the game, and I choose like I hit Y to get the game's recommendation. It has filled up support slots with like stamina up, stamina up, stamina up, and I've gone through and changed it, because it's like sometimes I don't want 3 stamina ups, I want 2 stamina ups, and I want to do like smashes do more damage kind of thing.
Well, I used to do stamina ups until I got the Ore Club. Then Ore Club fucking tears shit up on stamina fights.
Yeah.
Like most of the time, by the time I throw 5 tornadoes, it's over. So
I don't use items.
And they don't get close to me.
I don't use items unless they show up. If they show up during the fight, like I'm not used to playing with items. Yeah. Like when we would play in college, we always played with items.
Yep.
And I mean there's a part of me that really, really enjoys that. Like, really enjoys that because, like, that is super chaotic. Having 4 people in with items turned on, like stage effects turned on, like all of that.
Oh, because all I would do as Sheik is just like run around and hide and use items and just try to stay out of combat.
Right. Which is like a totally different experience than like playing the game with like no items, 1v1. Stage effects turned off, you're like limiting the stages that you play in. It's really weird to me because it's like I gravitate towards that more now. And honestly, I think it's because it has nothing to do with the fact that there's like I feel like it requires you to have like a better understanding of like the mechanics of the game. I think that's very true because like you can't rely on other things. But that's not why I do it. I do it because it's actually just easier for me to keep up with. When I'm playing a game with 4 people online and it's like everyone's at like a different corner of the map and it's like everybody's like 5 pixels tall. It's like I cannot fucking deal with this, man. I need close ups.
Yep, I'm with you.
Well, I think that's why I like Smash so much because it appeals to all different types of people. You have the people that love playing with items and, they're more for fun. Then you have people like myself who's a competitive shitlord and I want a 1v1 and I want to dunk on people and prove myself.
Sure.
But, I'll also take a step back. And if I have people that are playing newer to the game, I have, and we could talk about the way you can kind of set up and save rule sets because I set up it more of a competitive and a casual rule set. This way, if I want to play with items, I can always select the casual. Or, if I know some friends are coming over and we're really looking to throw down, I'll select the competitive rule set.
Yeah, it's really cool. They have like a lot of like quality of life stuff like that. Because it's like, I remember playing Melee. Every time we would go into certain modes, we would have to remember to like set it up just the way that we had it. Inevitably, we would fuck it up and like have to restart, realizing it like halfway through the first fight or something. And then it's like also wild to me. It's like, do you remember like just because you had the game, just because you had Smash Brothers Melee, for example, and it's like bringing it over to like somebody's house or something, but like forgetting the memory card where it's just like,
we have 6 people.
Right.
All right, well, let's unlock all of them.
Right, exactly. That's
Don't
what
turn
we're
it
doing.
off.
We have Mario and that's it.
So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, it's weird to me to think about like, that'll never be an issue again.
Yep.
I mean, which is great, but at the same time makes me feel like, I don't know, weirdly old and outdated.
Well, because I feel like, because growing up and every iteration of this game, my friends and I have always played 4-person stock whenever we fight. Always. So I remember playing with new people and they always did just total KOs in 5 minutes.
And that's like the default in 3DS at least.
It's so, I remember doing that and being like, I hate this. I can't just like plan and time. I just have to go in there, just all my shit hanging out as much as I can for 5 minutes.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I like that mode
unzip.
too. Sorry, Chocto, go ahead.
I say you just unzip and let it all out.
Let it unfurl, baby. I played, because it was the default mode in the 3DS version, I played a lot of that because I didn't realize it going in that that's what it was. And then I was like, oh, I like this because nobody's turtling. It's like we are all just fucking trying to it's like so fast paced and like even more chaotic. So, I mean, I like that, but I do prefer stock. Also, talking about 3DS, the fucking Switch is the best because I can hold, in handheld mode, I can hold that thing as close to my face as I want to. And that helps a lot. There's something about playing this game, even on like, I don't have like a huge television, but I've got a fairly big TV. It is hard to play this game for me on a TV. Like,
I started out Pro Controller and eventually just switched to the Switch in my hands.
Yeah.
So
I've been playing on like a 27-inch display, but I'm like really close to it, and that's been like a really nice compromise between those two.
See, I'm complete opposite. We recently just renovated our basement, so it's kind of the common area for us to kind of hang out, watch TV. So I have a nice 70-inch LG that I play on. So when my friends come over, we'll sit around the television and play. But if I'm laying in bed, it's nice to be able to take the Switch with me. But I'm not as comfortable playing with the Switch. Like, I won't go online where I know I'm going to get destroyed because I don't have a GameCube controller in my hand. But I'll use it for playing single player stuff or Spirit Board or classic mode.
Yeah, I don't play online in handheld mode. I wish I could, but it's like, I know I've bitched about those thumbsticks already, but it's like, it's really, I'm not doing that. I'm not going online. I have a hard enough time when I go online with a Pro Controller. So I don't know. So the spirit board, I'm glad you brought the spirit board up again, Chocto, because like we talked about spirits. I don't know anything about the spirit board, and it is because I was under the assumption that I could. Is it like you gamble spirits for other spirits? What is it?
So I think I brought this up before. It is timed challenges. So right now I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 10 slots unlocked. I think that's the max. And you'll have spirits that pop up as a challenge. And then they're only there for, I think, maybe 5 to 10 minutes before they swap out for a different one. So you can challenge them, fight them, and then unlock them.
Okay, so that is, okay, I remember you saying that, but I didn't for some reason I was like, I didn't think that was the spirit board because this is what scared me away from it. When I first opened it, when I first went into it, a message popped up that I do not really remember, but I thought the one of the lines was in there was like, be careful because you could lose something. And I was like, never mind. Like, I'm out. I'm not doing it. But like, I also I don't ever get rid of my spirits either. Like, do you guys do that? Like,
all the time.
Okay. What's the benefit to that? Like,
I mean, because you get currency back.
Okay.
It's the spirit currency that you need to either summon more or buy items.
But how do you know? How do you know what you're not going to need? You just know.
Well, yeah, you don't really know. But usually I will keep one if I'm not familiar with their ability, and when I get another one that's the same, then I'll throw that one out.
Okay.
So, but as long as you have their core, then you can still use them to summon anything. But most of the time, you just have to be careful about items that their abilities you need to progress in the adventure mode.
Right. Like the dudes who build the bridges.
Right.
And Bomberman who blows up boulders that are in your path.
Yeah, I need to make sure I have somebody that has that ability.
Snorlax had better appear for that at some point. I mean,
Snorlax, you get Snorlax on the board, but
nothing about a log or anything.
He doesn't
that
actually do
that
anything.
that is a misstep.
Because I think like Bomberman and then like the guy from Kirby who dressed like an elf and throws bombs.
Yeah, I can't remember his
Poppy
name.
Jr. or something like that. He can also
from Seinfeld.
He can also
Poppy from Seinfeld.
He also bombs things. So as long as you have Bomberman or that spirit, or maybe a bomb, I don't know, you're good. Bart snorts and whatever.
Yeah, Bart Simpson is a spirit.
Those three spirits can build bridges, but so can the two sheep from Animal Crossing that give you the ore club. So as long as I have them, I can cross it.
I wonder about those sheep sometimes. Because I don't know much about Animal Crossing, but if they're not brother and sister, I mean, they probably have the best sex in the Animal Crossing.
I don't want to even think about that.
Oh, Rossetti fucks, man. Rossetti
fucks. You know Rossetti fucks.
And if God forbid you turn off your game without saving.
Right.
Put on a condom. Don't fuck without putting on a condom.
Yeah, Rossetti's the king of edging. See, you didn't finish. Back for more, though, huh?
And then you need Pico from F-Zero to get that one little car and drive around the racetrack.
Right, yeah, which is really cool.
What are the others that you need? I always used Magic Koopa. Magic Koopa can make this one...
Because of your Yoshi's Island love, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only one I've noticed that can enlarge this one mushroom so you can get
please.
Spirit Embiggen. Because outside of those spirits, and then there are others that fulfill the same thing. So I guess it's just sort of trial and error. One time I had done all the board. There's some shit I would go back to because I just couldn't beat it yet. One of those fights being for Pauline.
Lady.
Well, there is a Donkey Kong and Lady spirit.
Is there really? I didn't know that.
And there's a Pauline spirit.
That's awesome. Okay, cool.
It's Pauline from Odyssey, and then it's the Nintendo box art for Donkey Kong and Lady.
Oh, that's great.
But for Pauline,
see, we're into retro stuff.
Exactly.
We're relevant. We're staying.
We finally got there. It only took us about an hour, but we're there.
Yeah, we're on brand.
She's a 4-star legendary support spirit. So like, I know this battle is going to be fucking hard.
Yeah.
So when you get into it, it's Donkey Kong, classic Donkey Kong, 8-bit Donkey Kong, the second stage where it's the elevators.
Oh God, I played that one. Yeah, I played that one.
And Princess or Peach is dressed up like Pauline, and she runs from
running
combat,
away from you.
Runs from you constantly. Yeah. But then Bowser and Mario drop down, and then you're also slowed. So it was super fucking difficult.
Yeah.
I could not do it. I did it like 20 times. Like, how the fuck am I supposed to do this? So I look it up. Everybody's like, oh, you need a staff. if you get a staff and a shooting booster, you'll finish it in the first 10 seconds. Just get it on the other side of the screen, blast her, she falls off. It's like, all right, great. I dismissed every spirit I had that did a summon.
That gave you a staff?
Yeah, they gave me a staff. So then I just had to hit up the spirit board again and wait until somebody dropped, and then got the spirit, went back, and 2 hits, she was dead. Over. So that has happened to me before, and that sucks. But the spirit board will always generate new ones and old ones and stuff like that. And you get items to mess with it. Like you can use an item that brings up all support or all primary, or if you clear half the spirit board, hit filler and other 5 pop up immediately.
God, this game has so much content.
Yeah.
Like what you're telling me, I mean, so much. And it's like, I'm 45 hours in adventure mode, you know what I mean? And it's like, I'm not done and I'm not good yet. So like that's also a goal, get better online. But it's like, I don't know, man, like just not only is it packed with playable content, like even the stuff that's just like little nods and mentions to other games, it's like it is packed with that stuff, like way more than any other Smash Brothers game I've ever played.
That's why I love that I can play this one by myself and have a great time.
Yeah,
that is like I love it for that alone.
Is there because I haven't delved into it really deep, although this is probably the first thing I should have checked, is there a mode where you can hit a giant punching bag with a baseball bat?
I don't know.
Nope.
Damn
there
it.
is not.
That does suck out the home run derby. That was the best part of the game.
God, I love that in Melee.
Yep.
God, that was the best, dude. Like, I could do that for hours,
Just
man.
have Bowser breathe fire on the punching bag till it's high, and then grab that bat and smash it.
It was the biggest time killer and probably one of my saddest losses for Ultimate. But I honestly think the way Nintendo is going about their games now and trying to extend the life of their games, you know, they have the Fighters Pass where you have 5 characters coming out, but they just announced they're doing Mii costumes as DLC. But I can't imagine why they wouldn't drop some smaller modes as DLC.
God, home run derby mode would be a day, like an insta purchase.
God, I'm all about trying to get all the Earthbound and Mother 3 and Mother 1 spirits. I almost have all of them. I think the only one I'm missing at this point is Ninten from
I have Ninten.
Mother. That battle keeps beating my ass.
About Ness's dad.
Now I've got 3 of Ness's dad. Just the phone.
Yeah, when I was watching,
it's just a phone.
I love it, man. I was watching Zal play, and he even mentioned you. He's like, you have to let Tyler know that Ness's dad is in the game.
I fucking love it. And I mean, the theory is that Ninten is actually Ness's dad, but you know, neither here nor there.
That's just the game
but
theory.
That's just a game theory.
Like one battle that was also such a fucking bitch was
Bart Scampson. We already talked about
Scampson trying to get Jeff.
Oh yeah, the Jeff fight, because it's like he's an actual assist trophy, which we haven't talked about assist trophies because I guess it's not new to this version. But not only do you have spirits, you do have assist trophies, which are essentially 3D modeled characters that you can tag in to help you out in a fight.
Yep.
And sometimes you do fight them to unlock their
Some
spirit.
you can knock them out, and once they appear. Because in that battle, Jeff is in the middle of Onet, just fucking firing off bottle rockets constantly.
Yeah. While you're fighting like 4 Inklings or something like that.
God, I hate Inklings. Fuck.
Inklings are strong, dude.
Man, they're strong, and they're super chaos.
Yeah.
So I've got projectiles all fucking over the place, and winning that battle took me.
Yeah.
God, it took the Franklin badge and a lot of fucking luck.
I love that you used the Franklin badge in that battle.
Yeah.
Against Jeff.
The Franklin badge has saved my ass twice in that battle, which I ended up having to do the only time I've used Pikachu. Pikachu calling down thunder with a Franklin badge on, and you're pretty good.
I use that on like Giga Bowser.
You still have to get lucky. Giga Bowser, I just did Peach.
Oh, okay,
straight Peach.
That for whatever reason, that one took me a very, very long time.
It is a hard fight. Like Peach, her butt slam, you can climb with that. Yeah. So I would just slam, go over him, float, then he would breathe fire, swing, whatever, and then I would turn around and slam down his backside.
That's how I beat Rathalos.
A lot of slamming going on.
Lots of slam.
So many guts stabbed. I did that with Richter when I was fighting Rathalos from Monster Hunter World.
See, I didn't know what he was from. I was like, oh, it's just big realistic dragon.
It's like the only name that I know from that game because it's like when I played it, I kind of knew some of the names, but I think that's like the big like poster child for Monster Hunter World.
Dave, I saw you struggling in that fight when you were streaming the other day.
Yeah, it took me. That wasn't struggling. Like you should have seen me fight Giga Bowser. That took me probably 40 fucking attempts. I got through Rathalos probably like 5 or 6 attempts, which is really good for me. But I just learned how to cheese it, and that is to use Richter's down tilt in air. And it's like, because he also has this thing where once you land it, he can climb with it. You can do it like 4 times, and then you do like an aerial dodge to get on the other side of him, and then try to start it again.
The one I had the worst trouble with, though, is Ganon. I forget which version of Ganon it is. So you fight the enormous Ganon with 2 swords, and he's only vulnerable on his tail behind him.
Oh, God.
And that was by far the most frustrating one for me.
All of the gigantic ones, like where you're fighting a big enemy, because it's like, I remember fighting a giant, it was a giant Wario, and it was just like, no, I'm sorry, it was a giant King K. Rool. And like his edge guarding was absolutely insanity because it's like if he would knock me off the ledge once, it's like good fucking bye because he's so large, like I can't jump over him, and he's just waiting like with that fucking vacuum, the suck option. He goes from blow to suck on his gun, and every time fucking catches me.
There is one, and it disappoints me because I want to talk about it because it's cool, but there is a huge Castlevania spoiler, a huge fucking Castlevania spoiler built right in that I'm worried about you getting to it and it's spoiling something before we get to finish that series.
That is 100% going to happen unless we do that game like really, really fucking soon.
And it's the, I guess it involves the DS handheld ones.
Yeah, then it's 100% going to get spoiled for me.
So I was kind of surprised. I mean, it's cool that they did it, but whenever I thought about it, I was like, man, that's going to spoil that game for a lot of fucking people.
Well, I think I'm really glad that you brought up Castlevania because it reminded me of classic mode again, because classic mode, they also do a really good job of tailoring each character's classic mode to that character. Because, for example, like playing through as Richter, the last fight is against Dracula. And it's like, oh, I didn't expect this. I expected to, I don't know, fight Master Hand or something. You know what I mean? And it's like, I'm fighting Dracula. And like the fight is set up like it is in Rondo of Blood. And it's like, this is fucking awesome. Like, this is amazing that they
did a really good job with like, we were talking about Easter eggs. So I was playing through Mega Man's classic mode. And I think each battle is a nod to a robot master in Mega Man 2, and then at the end of it, you fight. It took me a while to get. You fight Dr. Mario, and then for some reason you fight Mewtwo. I was like, "What the fuck is this? This is so completely random." Only for me to realize that it's supposed to be a nod to Dr. Wily and then the alien.
The 2 forms, yeah. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
There's so many Easter eggs in this game, and like we said, so many nods to different things that I'm excited to like. I don't dread playing through classic mode with every character.
No,
because I want to see what they're going to do with it.
Me too. They didn't have to do that because it's like I'm really glad they did it, but they didn't have to do that because like I feel like they could have just done the World of Light and been like, okay, that's our big chunk of content. Everything else is pretty much going to be how it was.
But there's so much more.
Yeah, they improved upon it, and it's just like it really is amazing, and it's like. I love the Smash Brothers games, but it's like this is a really good game, even outside of that. Like, I mean, just what they have done is amazing.
Because I've beat Adventure Mode once, and then so now you get the New Game Plus option to go through Adventure Mode again. So I'm doing that, and because in order to summon more spirits you don't have, I need multiples of spirits you only get one time. So like there are 2 or 3 different summons that require Wispy Woods.
Right.
And I only get 1 Wispy Woods.
Right.
I have yet to run across Wispy Woods in the Spirit Board or any stores.
Gotcha.
Only that 1 tile at the very end of Adventure Mode.
And I think it's important to say, just in case someone listening doesn't know, when we talk about stores, we're talking about in-game stores where you spend in-game currency.
Yep.
It's not like one of those where you like are paying real money for spirits, which this game does kind of like play in the fringes of mobile game territory, I feel like. especially in the world of light, because there are, like, you can send Final Fantasy Tactics style, you can send spirits, 4 spirits out on a quest, on a journey to do things, and I'm sure with the ones that you choose matters. I don't know.
Each one like it's a 2-hour one, a 4-hour one, or like a 9-hour one, or something like that. Once you get all the expeditions unlocked.
But listen, if anyone wants to send us their credit card information, I'd be happy to get them any spirit they want.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's a good idea.
And you can also scan in Amiibos to get their.
I haven't even messed with that. The physical fighters or whatever they're called.
Yeah, I didn't mess with those
and
either.
It's like
I just got the Midna spirit from scanning in the Lincoln Midna Amiibo. So.
It's really, they kind of lost me on that one because they explain it to you like through in-game lore speak. And it's one of those where it's like, just fucking tell me how to use Amiibos in this game, because they're like, the spirit manifests inside your fighter. And it's like, just what do I do with you're not going to tell me? Fine. I'm not going to use these.
I never went down the Amiibo rabbit hole because it was just Nintendo's way of securing more money from me.
Sure.
And me realizing how many, it's like pop figures, you know.
Yeah.
My wife and I started collecting them, and then we're like, "There's way too fucking many of these. You know,
So many.
we're gonna go broke if we keep collecting or run out of space, whatever comes first." But after seeing how many Amiibos are out, and I know some people that own one of every Amiibo, and there's got to be several hundred of them by now. But I don't know.
I might fuck ton. I have nearly all of the Smash 4 Amiibos.
I might pick 1 or 2 of them up just to see what the fuss is all about, because I know you can train your Amiibo, I guess, which acts as an NPC, and then you can fight against them and level them up. But it's something I haven't done yet because there's, like we said, there's so much to do in this game. Like, I've been spending most of my time playing online and like mastering characters and playing classic mode and all-star. And, I haven't really touched World of Light as much as I should have. But, you have Tyler, on the other hand, who has put most of his time into World of Light.
Yeah, I mean, and I will get to I will get to the Amiibo stuff, I feel like, because it's like, I don't collect Amiibos. I shouldn't say that. I don't have an Amiibo collection. I do pick up the ones that I find for cheap that I think are cool. Yeah. Like, I mean, where it's like, I have a Ryu Amiibo. Ryu Amiibo. And it's just because I like Ryu. I've got a Pac-Man. Well, the Pac-Man one I did 100% pick up because I like what he does to the Mii racer in Mario Kart. So I did that. But I also like Pac-Man.
I've got 4 NESs. So
yeah. 4 Nintendo Entertainment Systems? That's excessive, but I like it.
So I think this is a good segue to talk about the character roster and the diversity of the character roster now that we're talking about Amiibos and different characters. So what do you guys think of the diversity of the roster so far? And are there any characters that you guys feel you wanted in the game that just didn't make the cut?
Man, I could go on like forever with characters that I would love in the game. Because it's like, last night I was even thinking, it'd be really cool, like really, really cool. It would never happen. Even if they did him as a cloud echo fighter, I would love to have Chrono in this game. I could just go down that rabbit hole where it's like,
they have Death Scythe, could put Magus in it.
Yeah, exactly, man. So it's like one of those where it's like, I will never. You could ask me that question till the end of time, and I'd be like, yeah, I think they could fit more characters in there.
So on that topic, because Chrono is an Akira Toriyama character in Chrono Trigger. There's speculation that there is going to be a Dragon Quest character joining the roster. I mean, I personally haven't played any Dragon Quest games, but Erdrick from, I think, the original, or is he from 2 or 3?
I really don't know.
Which might be the closest thing to Chrono we might get.
I got really excited for a second. I was like,
I'm sorry if I shattered your dreams. I'm so sorry.
No, it's all good. I mean, my hopes were very low, and then they only spiked up for just a second.
And then they went back down.
And then they went back down where they belong. I think the roster is great. I love the roster. I love that they brought everyone back. It's like to see like Mr. Game & Watch. It's just like, I don't know, man.
Mewtwo wasn't in a few of them.
Mewtwo, yeah. I mean, it's like, it's good to see them again because it's like, I don't know. Seeing Ice Climbers is like, never going to play as them, but I'm really glad they're in this game because I remember them from Melee.
Well, see, the character that I'd always want in it is, it doesn't make any sense in America, but just to have Ness in it is fucking amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's all my dreams are fulfilled by Ness being in this game. Yeah. So I'm good.
Chocto, are you upset that Waluigi didn't make it? I know the internet was on fire.
I mean, I'm neutral about Waluigi. I mean, I do think he deserves a roster spot, especially that we have Piranha Plant, who's a generic, baddie coming in. But my one true wish will always be Geno. I'm a Super Mario RPG fanatic, and I have been since the game came out. I think I owned it at launch, but and this is a very touchy subject in the Smash community with Geno and DLC, because there's this group of people who believe that he has no chance because he's only been in one game, and then there's the group of people like me who think he'd be a great character. Because not to mention that Sakurai himself has wanted Geno in probably since Melee.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No, I had no idea. That is fucked up. That Geno has. I didn't know that it went that deep. It's
pretty deep, but there's just like I said, there's a group of people who just believe he should not be in the game because he's a forgotten character from one game. But on the other side, you look at it and you have Ness.
Right.
He's
one
not
game.
He's not a forgotten character, but he's only been in Earthbound. Lucas is in a game that hasn't even come to America.
Yeah,
it's true.
Man, that is bizarre. That Geno
in
can't
terms
get
of
in.
roster diversity, like I love that they brought in the Belmonts. I recently played my first Castlevania game this year. I played the original. I beat it. I had to save state. I'll admit.
I'm glad that you did.
But I never played a Castlevania game, and I loved it. And I really want to pick up Simon and learn how to use him because he's very true to the original game. Even his walk animation.
Yeah, I know, and it's great, and they do a really good job. I was thinking earlier, like this is kind of along the lines of your question. I wish that Simon or Richter had an alt costume where he's Trevor. Same exact moveset, same.
He's a
everything.
4-star legendary support spirit.
Is he really? I'm glad
he's a primary.
I'm glad he's in it, and I know like Alucard is an assist trophy.
Alucard, he's also a primary spirit. He's very, very strong.
That does not surprise me.
I don't play a sword fighter, but he's very good for a sword fighter.
I've heard that sword fighters in this game are very, very good.
They've definitely made them stronger. Like Marth and Lucina, their smashes can knock you out at 0.
No, I've seen Marth. I've had my shit pushed in by several Marths online, and also in Smash Brothers.
I still think Peach has the best final smash, but it's here nor there.
What is her final smash?
She puts the whole battlefield to sleep, and then 3 peaches drop down.
And then everyone wakes up crying.
Yep. three peaches that she can heal up to like 60 percentage points. And then she gets a free smash on everybody on the board.
Everyone goes to sleep, and then they wake up and they get smashed.
Yep.
Did they change it for Daisy? Are Echo Fighters like very much just exactly the same?
Oh, I haven't smashed
Daisy's
with Daisy.
Is the same. Yeah, so I actually I did a video ranking every single Final Smash, and a lot of people got very upset by it, even though it was just for fun.
I haven't seen
Daisy's
that one.
Daisy's is the same as Peach.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna have to check that out. I didn't know that you had done that one. I'm a really bad YouTube person. I don't think I even like. Okay, true confessions time. While I was preparing the show notes for this episode, I was like, okay, I definitely gotta get Chocto's YouTube link. And I was like, all right, I got it. And I noticed like on YouTube, I was like, fuck, I'm not subscribed to him. And I was like, I'm sure as hell not going to do it moments before we record for him to be like, motherfucker, you weren't subscribed.
I actually can't really tell who's subscribed.
Because never mind. I was totally subscribed. Forget all that.
Funny jokes.
Tyler?
Yeah, we joke around on this show.
I'm not, but I will. I'm trying to think what else. Well, okay, let me go ahead and throw this in because we were so excited about this game, we overlooked this because we got a package in.
Are we going to do a package right now?
It's just one item.
Okay.
I got a package in from Link of Super Bomberman 2 fame.
Okay, yeah, excellent. Who's also sent us all the exotic meats that we...
Tyler and Dave, I have enclosed for your drinking pleasure some rum. Hope this finds you both in good health and good spirits. If you do get this in time, it should help wash away some of the nastiness of the random meats I sent. Let me know when you're running low, and I'll send you some more beveragey goodness.
Hell yes.
Love, Link.
I just read that as we have an unlimited supply of rum from Link.
So here
rum is actually my favorite spirit.
Oh, man, me too. I love rum.
Appleton Estates, rare blend, age 12 years, Jamaican rum.
Ooh.
Riding near the beach. Here, I'm reaching for that bad boy.
Straight up, or are you guys mixing?
Came in a very cool tin.
I'm going to mix a little bit because I do have a Coke Zero, and I do need to edit the show once we're done. And I might have pre-partied a little bit.
Yeah, because before I was just like, man, I wanted a drink tonight. I don't have anything. And once I sat down, I was like, oh, there's some rum.
I've been sick. I have a feeling the alcohol would probably kill the germs, but I don't want to risk it. So,
my wife and I went out to dinner earlier. Went to some taco joint, so I had a beer there. But I was like, I need to record. This will be the only one that I have.
Yeah, well, you're better than me. Sometimes, and I know, like, if you want to hear, I don't know if you've listened to it, but if you want to hear a very good episode where Tyler is obliterated and remembers nothing, check out the Pokemon Snap.
Pokemon Snap,
yeah,
I've heard it.
Legend of Zelda was not bad either.
You did one after that. Was it the Legend of Zelda episode?
Yeah, Legend of Zelda by the end. And Overwatch.
I don't know. Tyler's just going on
I don't
about
recall the last
or talking
10
about
minutes.
eating ass.
Yeah, that's Legend of Zelda. I don't recall at all the last 10 minutes of Overwatch. So
I don't know if I heard Overwatch, but I definitely heard Pokemon. So I listened to I think the first episode I came on was Ultima Online. Was it like last summer or the summer before that?
Sure, yeah.
And from there I've been listening every week, and I remember hearing the Legend of Zelda episode, and Tyler, dude, you were fucking smashed. Dave mentioned the Pokemon Snap episode. So my friend and I were driving in the car, and we're like, we have to listen to the Pokemon Snap episode now. But I think you were more tame there. I think Legend of Zelda, you were way above Pokemon Snap.
And if you want to listen to an episode where Tyler is asleep, you can listen to the board game episode.
yeah, I kept falling asleep during that one.
Yeah, I felt so bad for you.
I was drinking and took my Ambien.
Oh, you were like struggling. Like it was like every time like I would look over, I was like, I feel like normally I'd be upset, but I just feel really bad for him because you were like really trying to stay awake.
Yeah, I had to go to work early the next. Normally, whenever the ones that I'm really drunk or I don't remember, I have to be at work the next morning. So I'm pre-medicating because I have terrible insomnia.
Sure, that makes
so
sense.
I'm pre-medicating that way. As soon as it's over, I can try to crash. So, but yeah, Pokemon Snap, Overwatch, Legend of Zelda. I mean, I'm pretty fucking gone. Oh, and the episode of Loaded Cart Gaming. I'm pretty fucked up on that one too.
That was the one where it was just like you. At some point, you were like, it's the middle of the episode. Tyler's like, I gotta go to bed, and he stands up and puts his headphones down. It's like,
yeah. Before that, I was like, I gotta be at work at 5 a.m.
It is true. Yeah.
So, and we kept going. I was like, well, I'm hungry and I gotta go to bed. So I just start eating pizza.
Got up mid-recording.
He did. And I was like at the table like, all right, I guess are we done here?
I'm going to try, because I don't have anything to go with this. So I'm just going to try this rum straight. Smells very good.
Yeah, I had a little bit on the lip of my can here. That was straight.
That's good. That's strong. That's good.
It is. It is strong. It is good. And it weirdly tastes fine in a Coke Zero because it has a very apple flavor to it.
I hope this won't make you too hungover.
I used to like a lot of rum, but I feel like in the last couple of years I've really switched to a beer, like strictly beer. I don't know. I'm a big craft beer lover, so like I'm always looking for new brews to jump into, and I don't know. It's not so much of a I don't like hard liquor. It's just I prefer the hangover of beer to the hangover of liquor any day.
Man, my worst hangover is, and I think it's why Tyler, you mentioned you hope I don't have a bad hangover over the apple. Is like cider, dude. Hard cider.
It's so much sugar.
God, dude. Like I have one of those.
The sugar hangovers are the worst.
It's the fucking worst, man. Like this is no joke. I have one of those. I have a woodchuck or something. And the next day it is just like my fucking eyes hurt. And it is just like, why?
Are you sure you were drinking cider?
That's what Lord like Gilmore says. That's
my eyes are
you.
bleeding.
Yeah. I wake up and my penis is gone.
Too many woodchucks, man.
Beyond.
Yeah, just go back to the doctor. Sorry, my penis is gone again. I had another woodchuck.
Another one.
Because it makes me sad because God, I love Strongbow. And it makes me sad that you can't drink it.
Oh, I mean, I still drink it. But yeah, I mean, even if it is weird. Even if I have one, I mean, it's not like a crazy, nasty hangover. But seriously, if I have one the next morning, I can tell that I had one. And it's just like, it's not worth it. Rum doesn't do it to me. So I like rum.
Because what is it that I feel like Wiley made them one year, like bee stingers that are Strongbow and mead.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Like honey mead.
I love a good
Yeah,
honey mead and
those are so
Strongbow.
good. Yeah.
I like a snake bite.
What's in that again?
A snake bite is essentially beer and cider. It's like typically like I don't know if it's Guinness or if it's just some other dark beer.
So,
Dark and
quick story.
Yeah, let's talk about Smash Brothers, not just drinks.
Wait, quick story. Since we're talking about alcohol,
yeah, please.
I lived in Boston for a couple months back in 2014 for maybe about 5 or 6 months, and there was this one craft beer bar that I used to frequent, and they knew me by name after a couple weeks, and I walked in once, and he's like, "We have this new mead on tap. Do you want to try it?" I'm like, "I've never had a mead." And he's like, it's really strong. It's like 18%, but it's very sweet. I'm like, yeah, pour me up. And it was called Viking's Blood.
Oh, yeah, Viking's Blood.
We've had Viking Blood before.
We've had that at the cabin parties.
We have that every
delicious.
year. Yeah.
They serve it in like a little test tube because it's maybe 20% alcohol. But
I look forward to drinking Viking's Blood out of these Viking horn cups.
Hell yes. Hell yes.
It's the best way to do it.
Yeah, we'll have to film it and send it to Bunny and Kira, who sent it in. Yeah, for sure. That's a really good idea. Chocto, what do you think of the roster? I know, like we kind of answered that and then never really returned the favor by asking you. Like, I mean, what do you think?
I love the diversity with, I guess, one small problem. There's too many Fire Emblem characters.
Oh, there's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
well,
there's
a lot of Pokemon
so
too,
many.
But
you know what? You're right. If you think about it, there's a lot of Mario characters, but I feel like there's at least diversity in their movesets where Fire Emblem characters, everyone uses a fucking sword.
Yeah.
They're all sword boys.
I guess except for Robin, maybe.
Yeah, you're right.
And the only reason I know Robin is because of the 3DS version. I played with, what's that? I'm sorry.
And Corrin, who has hydrokinesis.
Oh, right. Corrin. Yeah, and it's like that's the other problem I have with I like Fire Emblem fine, but I do not know any of the characters really. You know, it's like when I know Robin because of Smash Brothers, even though I played that version of Fire Emblem for a little bit. It's like I don't remember. So it's like kind of one of those things where it's like, yeah, okay, but there are a lot of them for sure.
And it's not a knock against Fire Emblem. I also have not played a Fire Emblem game, but I just feel like there's other characters that from other games that can be included.
Sure, like Waluigi. I mean, it does seem really weird. I think There's a lot of people that are very sore about that. And I think Nintendo is going to make a huge mistake if he is not the last DLC fighter that's released. I don't think that they're really like super that kind of marketing, but on the other hand, it's kind of like, well, I mean, if they make a big enough deal about it and then they release him, like, don't the people who've been crying about it like have to be like, yeah, okay, well, we'll buy him.
So Nintendo's actually already selected the DLC characters.
Really?
We don't know who they are yet, but they're already locked in. My guess is they're going to be, and this is a lot of people's predictions, they're going to be to market new games that are coming out. So the first one being a Persona character, Joker,
right?
Oh yes.
Hopefully, or maybe promote a Switch port of Persona 5 that's coming, and I think it's imminent. Then you have speculation that there's going to be a Dragon Quest character because there is Dragon Quest 11S, I think it's called, coming to the Switch.
I didn't know that. Yeah, I've like my experience with Dragon Quest is very, very limited. I thought about picking up 11, but then whenever someone tells me how long a game is, and it's like, somewhere between 80 and 100 hours, I'm like, oh, never mind. But if
they're long games.
Yeah, I mean, like, but it's also weird because it's like I'm going to spend that much time in Smash Brothers, like guaranteed.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel like that much to me because it doesn't feel like Smash Brothers is the kind of game where I feel like I can play it for a burst, set it down, play another game, and I don't have to juggle multiple storylines. You know what I mean? It's
That's true.
I never like to play.
Just smash your brothers at that point.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
You pick it up, you smash a couple brothers.
Uh-huh.
You put it down.
See, I love another reason. I love my Switch. I love Smash Brothers just because Melissa, she likes to drive. So when we go anywhere, like she's like, okay, I want to drive. Awesome.
Yeah,
perfect.
That's great.
Pull up my Switch. Go for it. Let's go on a trip.
Yeah, we'll put Switch in quotation marks. We'll pull out my Switch. Going for it. Just keep driving. I'm just gonna look at you. It's not weird. We got the heavy tent. It's fine.
Because it's going from Cosmic Star Heroine to this just makes me just love the Switch even more because it's just so easy. Because Persona 5, great. I own it for PS4. I put 2 hours into it, but it's just so much harder to play.
Yeah.
But I will absolutely play it for the Switch.
Yeah.
It's so much easier.
The Switch is my favorite console, and I think it's because of my age, honestly. Like, I mean, I can play this in bed next to Nikki, while she like browses Facebook or, watches something on Netflix. I can play this. I can play any game that I have on the Switch, and it's like that is worth it to me. Where it's like I can still do my thing. She can do her thing. We could be inches away from one another. Sex could still happen. It's still on the table.
Usually it's
without putting the Switch down.
You're right. Yeah, it is. That is possible.
Because like have sex. Go clean off, get back in bed. I've got the Switch with whatever I want to play, her phone with Candy Crush, and we've got some sort of Gordon Ramsay project on the TV. We're good.
You're ready to go.
Good.
You're set. Yeah, dude. I feel it. So I get it. I'm with you 100%. Chocto.
I agree with Dave.
Which part?
All of it. But the Switch being because of, I don't want to say our age because you're older than I am.
Yeah.
But we're in our 30s. We're men in our 30s. We're married. But it's nice to be able to just pick it up, set it down, and know it's going to go to sleep without having to turn the console off, boot it back up. Like I can pick it up. I can do one or two matches on the Spirit board. I can put it back down. I can go do something around the house, come back, pick it up, do one. It's nice to have the option. And if I want to drop it in the dock and put up on the television, I know I can.
Yeah.
Taking a shit.
It's
get some
perfect.
on the Spirit board.
The best way to play Smash.
And the worst thing to happen to mobile games in a very long time. Because it's like, well, I'm not going to play my Switch at work, but I will play it at work on the toilet. I feel like that's fine. So if you see me like jauntily walking to the bathroom at work, I typically have my Switch in my back pocket. I wear carpenter jeans, by the way. That is not true, but I feel like that is the only way I could actually take my Switch into the bathroom in a pocket.
I feel like this is a PSA to never touch anyone else's Switch because every single Switch has been in the fucking bathroom.
Yeah, just don't do it.
Yep.
I mean, don't ever put.
We're all Georges in the bookstore with our Switch,
right?
So
don't ever run a black light under my Switch, ever, ever, ever.
Ooh. That Switch has seen some things.
Yeah, it likes it though. So what's the other speculation on the DLC characters? Has there been any other than Joker obviously, and then the Dragon Quest character?
I mean, to be honest, I don't think anyone really knows. What we can do is create these speculations and these theories, but
so probably
right now
Chrono.
people. I mean, it's possible. It's completely possible. Nintendo at this point can do anything.
I appreciate.
I think they answered a lot of fans' prayers when they put Joker in the game, or when they announced they're putting Joker in the game. But we have 4 more slots, that are spaced out between now and what they're saying is February 2020. Mm-hmm. So, I think they're going to be really big third-party reveals. Some characters that I'm predicting are going to be Scorpion, being that Mortal Kombat 11 is coming to the Switch.
Oh, God. Jesus Christ. Yes.
I think Scorpion would be a very iconic fit.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll have to tone him down a little bit, but...
Yeah, do you think... I guess, yes, Scorpion would be like the most iconic, right? I mean, him or Sub-Zero, but they're probably worried everyone played that horrible platformer.
I played that horrible platformer, and at the time I liked it because I was young and I was naive.
Just give me that one Centaur motherfucker. Who's Kentaro? Is that the Centaur?
The Centaur.
Yeah, give me that guy.
How about Sindel?
Or just Noob Saibot. They don't have to do anything. It's great.
I'd like to see Sindel go up against Bayonetta, actually. 2 witches with hair stuff.
Match.
Yeah. All right, I'm on board for that.
Goro.
Yeah.
Goro would be good.
Man, and if they do it...
He just tears Mario's arms off.
I do want to see, they'd have to put friendships in the game.
Yep, that would be the final Smash.
Yeah.
Obviously can't have fatality.
Right. Oh, man.
Beheading Kirby.
God, if they do it, I would give anything for them to do it like retro, like mocap style, or it's just like pretty much the sprites from Mortal Kombat.
They put Goro in the game. They don't tell anybody. And all these kids are just traumatizing all their favorite Nintendo characters just get murdered on screen.
I'm assuming Galeem has arms. I don't know that for a fact, but...
If wings or arms.
All right.
Do birds have arms?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, kind of.
Then yeah.
They have their bird arms.
Then Galeem kind of has arms.
Another character that's speculated to be joining, or at least people have high hopes for, is Banjo and Kazooie.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not excited about that, but I know a lot of people would be for sure.
Yeah. But it's the fat racing version from Banjo-Kazooie 3.
I'm personally predicting Crash Bandicoot. I mean, you had
Crash
the
would fit
Insane
very,
Trilogy.
very well.
Crash would be cool.
The Insane Trilogy came to the Switch. I think it sold pretty well, and that was a big step for Activision, because I don't think any Crash games have been on a Nintendo console in a while.
Crash game hasn't been on TADPOG yet either.
I've never played.
We should do.
I've never played a Crash game.
Oh, I think you would love Crash.
Really?
Bandicoot.
Yep, really. I've watched you
man.
play a little bit of Insane Trilogy, I think, Chocto, but like I've never. And I've watched Lord of Mike Purdue play it as well. I've never played it.
Excellent,
I think you'd love
excellent
'em.
games.
I hear it's like kind of like the crux between like there was Mario 64 and then this was kind of like the other option where it's like 3D platforming could have gone. So yeah, I should play it.
You can probably get the Insane Trilogy for pretty cheap.
I've got it. I'm ashamed to admit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so you bought the game and you
Yeah.
still haven't
Yeah.
played
Yeah.
any Crash games?
Yeah, I bought the game when it was.
Dude.
I got it for like $16, I think, on Switch, and it was like right around the time something else came out, and it was one of those situations where it's like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get this game again for this low physical copy for a long time, so I'm gonna go ahead and get it. But no, I haven't played it. That and Rayman Origins, I think I've got that too. I haven't touched it, so shame on me.
Yeah, we'll make an excuse for it so you'll play it.
Yeah,
So
I'm down.
We'll do
Sure.
Crash Bandicoot sooner rather than later.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Totally. I mean, I want to play it if at the very least from an academic standpoint.
Yeah.
Where it's like, yes, I have played a Crash
For research
Bandicoot.
purposes.
Exactly. I keep going back to like wanting characters from like that will never happen, like
Jon Snow.
right?
Khal Drogo.
Right?
That one dragon's in the game, Daenerys could be in it.
You like a Bang Bros cameraman.
Jeff from Subway. Or Jared from Subway.
He handles his way around an inkling very well. He could dodge all those squirts.
His final smash is he has to stay 50 feet away from Lucas.
But I like the idea of like even like Ryu Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden. Like I mean that'd be awesome. I just want to see
right.
like how like
Listen, it's possible. It's possible.
I've heard rumors about Pokey from Earthbound
really that would be fucking cool.
because there haven't been any more Earthbound characters, and I don't think Pokey's even like a support spirit. So
Yeah, maybe that's where we should start from like
like Pokey and his spider from Earthbound.
That would be really cool. Like one of the Koopalings.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's always the fun part of Smash for me. In every iteration, pretty much since Melee, is like when a new game is announced, it's like who the fuck is in it? That's I don't know. That build up is man really good marketing and super effective on me for sure. Even though I'd buy these games regardless, just because I don't think I've ever played one that I've truly been like disappointed with.
Yeah.
But then again, I mean, I don't play from like a competitive level. I know a lot of people didn't like 4, and I don't.
I thought it was good. It's just the Wii U was just disappointing. But
Yeah.
I liked the game.
I agree. I think 4 had the best set of newcomers because you had Mega Man join the roster. You had Pac-Man, which are two iconic,
Sure.
characters. You had Cloud. You had Ryu join. So I personally think Smash 4, while it was on the Wii U, which was a travesty, I think it had the best set of new characters join the universe.
Yeah, I mean, even the advent of DLC characters. I mean, like we didn't have that before, so I mean, that was really exciting. Because that keeps that feeling of who are they going to announce next. That keeps that alive. The game is already out. I've unlocked the full roster for Smash Ultimate, but I'm still like, oh god, who's after Joker? It's like that's gonna keep me on that hook. It's one of those things where it's like, I don't know, man. Just keep making them. Just keep making DLC fighters, please.
One part, because I just thought about Akuma again. One part I really enjoyed it in adventure mode, which it was the last place I found because I found because you go into like 5 different warp holes that you go into like sub dungeons that you clear out, and one of them is guarded by a spirit that's 4 Kirby's all with star rods.
Yes,
And that level was, when I first found it, I could not fucking beat it. So I waited until last to go back to beat that stage and go into like that airport hangar which then takes you into Street Fighter 2.
Yes.
So then you're plane hopping from level to level.
Man, they do such a good fucking job with that too, because it is straight up like, it is like Street Fighter 2.
Yep.
And you are traveling from location to location, USA, in a fucking jet plane. Like, I mean, it is like, dude, like, it was one of those where it's like, I was tired when I was playing that part and I got to it and I was like, I'm finishing this. You know, like I'm finishing this whole segment before I move on because this is fucking bliss. Hearing Vega's theme for the first time, like in a Smash Brothers game, like again, E3 guy, like just tears, which is like, I can't believe this is fucking happening. I can't believe I'm here. This is amazing. Yeah, dude, like this game has so many moments like that. If you are like a fan of just video games. You know, like it doesn't even have to be retro video games, but I do feel like a lot of the nods do tilt towards retro, and I think that's amazing. I love it. It's the best.
I really do think this is Nintendo's love letter to gaming and to fans. I mean, while there's a lot of things they could have done, there's so much in the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those where it's like, okay, so I'll be honest, like I haven't been keeping up with a whole lot of it, but I mean, is this is going to sound crazy, but I mean, it's Smash Brothers Ultimate is like, I mean, this isn't the last fucking Smash Brothers game, is it? Because it's like, it worries me because the name Ultimate, and I know that can mean a whole bunch of different things, but also the fact that I do feel like they pulled out every single fucking stop. Like, I mean, I do not feel like there was any part of this game, except for maybe not having Snorlax move along, like one of those things where it's like, yeah, this is like weird. It feels like a finale.
It is. So, I've heard the creator is kind of burned out.
I also heard that.
Mm-hmm. They just have him chained in a basement somewhere. They're like, just one more,
right? Yeah, he's got a big machine. He's got a big food machine in front of him with a giant pellet, which will feed him for 3 years. But the pellet doesn't release until he makes a game.
You shouldn't have signed this Scientology style 1 billion year contract.
Said the Scientology devil.
So I was actually going to ask you guys, is this your definitive version of Super Smash Brothers?
Have you guys heard about Scientology? Have you?
Is this my definitive version? That's a really tough question because it's like I kind of feel like Melee is just because I played so much of that game. Mm-hmm. And it has nothing to do with the mechanics. You know what I mean? It has nothing to do with the reason that game became the competitive star that it became. It just has everything to do with nostalgia. Outside of that, yeah. I mean, I really do feel like this game was like, holy shit. They brought it, man. Like they fucking brought it. I don't see how another Smash Brothers game could be better than this outside of increasing the roster. And it's like one of those things where it's like, how big can the roster be before the game is 100% outbalanced?
Never be big enough.
Right? So we're size queens.
Exactly.
I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, is this the definitive Smash Brothers game?
I've enjoyed this more than I have any other Smash Brothers. So yeah, I would say so for me.
You spoke about, is this going to be the last one? I think as long as this series keeps printing money, Nintendo's going to keep pushing games out. But I do think the next version of Smash is probably going to be a deluxe version with some more stuff added on. I think this is going to be their their blueprint moving forward.
Yeah.
What they're expecting the Switch to last 10 years. And honestly, I think it should maybe just release a second Fighter's Pass or additional DLC if it's possible. If they do want to add more characters and squeeze as much money out of this game as they can. Mm-hmm. But looking forward to future series and future consoles, I do think it's going to be this game, maybe bundled with all the DLC that's coming out, kind of like what they did with the Wii U version.
Sure, yeah.
And then tack on some new fighters and some new modes on top of that.
Hopefully Home Run Derby mode.
Honestly, I hope so. I hope it comes back in some shape or form.
Please.
The sandbag is a spirit, though.
Yeah, I know. I saw that and I think that's amazing. I love that the sandbag is a spirit. But it also kind of made me a little bit more angry, where it's like, are you fucking trolling me?
A little bit. That's like making Gino and Waluigi primary spirit. So
right. Yeah, they're definitely trolling. Chocto, is there anything else major about Smash Brothers Ultimate that you want to talk before we maybe move on to a quiz or something like that?
I was going to ask if you guys had any achievements.
I don't. I have no achievements. I can probably come up with some on the fly. What I have done over pretty much since Christmas is do as little as I possibly can. And part of that has been not setting up an achievements document for Twitch viewers to post to. But what I can tell you is I don't have any achievements, but I can tell you that of the TADPOG Twitch viewers, 14% would rather have the real life ability to copy and paste, while 86% would rather have the ability to undo.
I was part of undo.
You were part of undo?
Team undo.
Man, I am team copy paste. I can't believe copy paste was so low. Copy paste is just like, hey man, let me see that $100 bill. All right, here's another one. Let me smack them together. Oh, now all of a sudden we have $400. Smack those together. Copy paste, baby. I'm all about it. If you have the power to copy and paste, you never have to undo ever again. Unless you're in like a multiplicity scenario, I guess, where you might want to undo.
I don't know. Well, I feel like I'd also make a ton of money. Like, say I wanted to be an NBA star.
Which, of course you do.
If I can undo, then like I just keep trying to make that 3-point shot until I make it. and I have 100% from the outside.
That is very true.
I've never missed a 3-point shot. That fat kid from Kentucky has 100% free throw shots.
He doesn't miss a shot.
Yep.
It's kind of like Air Bud, but with Tyler. Dude,
So it's Air Bud.
I would, as awesome as that would be, I still think the end goal, like if I want to be in the NBA, the end goal is to make money. And
then that's how I make my money. Shit like that.
I get it, but it's still a lot more work. Like going to
the end goal is just money, regardless of what you chose.
But not just money. Imagine this. Who wouldn't love to be able to copy paste their significant other? That would be amazing, with their consent, of course.
But I could win every fight I ever want to get in. I could also be a championship boxer. Like I know exactly what's coming. Undo, dodge that one.
Copy paste yourself in the middle of the ring.
Well,
and people are like, holy shit.
You could copy paste enough money to pay someone to throw a fight.
Exactly, man.
Well, granted, your mutant ability that you'd choose is also multiple man, correct?
Oh yeah, if I had, it's easy for me. Yeah, because like if I could have any power, it would be to make multiples of myself.
Multi-man melee.
Yeah, I mean, especially, I mean, even if it's just like low power, it's like I can make one duplicate of myself. It is still like, yes, that's the power I want.
Remember, you broke the shit out of Ramon's.
Each clone just gets dumber as you go.
Yeah, right. No, that's
the caveat. You know, each time you clone yourself, just it gets slightly lower IQ.
It's half your IQ right. Every time you do it, and then half of that.
Until
you
start inbreeding.
That's honestly kind of even the fucking best, because I could be like, hey, Nikki, fuck this really stupid me.
See, aren't I amazing?
Right. By comparison,
it's like Mr. Meeseeks.
Right. Yeah, he can't disappear until he finishes. So that's why we have 18 of these.
Oh, what? You thought half IQ me was okay? All right, well, fuck his. Oh, is he trying to murder you with a rock? Oh, boo-hoo.
Again?
Fuck him.
All right, I draw the line somewhere. I take the rock away.
Yeah.
But no, I don't have any achievements. I'm sorry. But I hope that anecdote was a good replacement.
Yeah, I just want a pet drooling idiot Dave.
I mean, I can turn that on anytime you want.
Please do.
I feel like I've turned it on several times while recording this podcast. So it's very sweet of you that you haven't noticed.
Just masturbation savant Dave. That's all he can do.
That is the one you're talking to right now. If I ever saw like a Craigslist post for like hiring masturbation savant, it's like, well, I'm pretty sure they've already got 1,000 results. But I'll go ahead and throw my hat in.
And you just have really stupid Dave just giving out dollar hand jobs, just raking it in.
That's more money, baby.
Copy paste.
Look, he doesn't know it. He loves it. Look at that stupid Dave. He loves it. He knows. It's like he forgets something's going to come out of there.
It's a treat every time.
He's surprised.
You just end up talking like Kevin from The Office, looking to cut words out.
You're right.
Me, Dave.
Oh man,
Chocto, did you have any achievements?
Yeah, actually, I have a couple.
Thank God,
the
man.
First one,
you can cover for
one of
us.
us had to be prepared.
Yeah, I'm glad that it was you.
The first one is keep your spirits high. Beat World of Light on hard without using spirits.
Oh,
God.
Wow.
which I think is probably hard as hell.
Yeah.
And the second achievement I have is get your game on, go play, and that's beat all-star mode with every character.
Nice!
Because who would I be if I didn't throw in a Smash Mouth achievement?
You. Super Smash Mouth Brothers.
I would pay $120 for a Super Smash Mouth Brothers game.
Yeah, I'd chip it. Kickstart that. I'm in.
Here, I've got one. Mayor of Flavortown. And
please involve Isabel.
Well, that's where you make Guy Fieri as a Mii fighter, and then only equip spirits that raise your stats after eating.
You just have the spicy curry on at all times. I know what I'm doing after we get off this call.
A little copy paste. I do have a quiz that was sent in to us by Bovine Bear Quizmaster Matt. If you guys have time, I'd love to take it.
Fuck yeah.
Let's do it.
All right, let me open this bad boy and see what we are in store for. Okay, guys. The quiz at hand is called Let's Smash and Chill. 9 Dave-style questions with a 2-part question at the end. They all involve the word smash in the clue. So not in the answer, but in the clue.
Okay.
Question 1. My jumbo jet, smashing, baby, is a quote from this 1997 spy comedy movie. Which Austin Powers?
Which I'm trying to think which one came out in 97. I know Goldmember was the early 2000s.
Okay. It had to be the first one, right?
The Spy Who Shagged Me?
Is that the
I
name
want to say it's probably The Spy Who Shagged Me.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how far apart. I think 2001 is when Goldmember came out.
Yeah.
So
I think you're right.
Then again, how far back to the Austin Powers?
Because the first one's like International Man of Mystery or something.
Is that the first one? See, I don't remember the subtitles. I mean, we could just say Austin Powers.
Yeah, you could just say Austin Powers.
But I feel like that's against the spirit of the quiz. Is the first one that came out International Man of Mystery?
I want to say yes.
Because I think the first one came out when I was in high school, because I remember a freshman dressing up as Austin Powers in like a very elaborate Austin Powers costume. And that was probably in 98. And only one movie had come out. So International
I remember being
Man of Mystery?
15.
Oh, God.
When I was 15, I remember going to church camp with Melissa because we left on my birthday, so she bought me a whole bunch of South Park stuff to give to me before we went to church camp.
You put them in all your Jinkos.
And then
you got a lot of room in those Jinkos.
We went to switch in there.
Then at church camp, I remember like trying to flirt with her older cousin by quoting Austin Powers, and she did not go for it.
You told this story on the show before. I remember this.
Do I make you horny? No. And I just like sat there dumbfounded on the back of the bus. Like I wasn't really asking her if I made her horny or anything.
Why doesn't this happen in the movie? But I mean, I kind of was at the same time. Like if she wanted to take it that way, that's totally fine. I know those games. I was 15 too. So International Man of Mystery. Yeah,
sure.
I'm going to put
Austin Powers, the first one.
The first one.
Yeah. Well, that was the official title.
Okay. All right.
Austin Powers, the first one.
Austin Powers, the first one. Locking it in. It was Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery. We got it. I'm giving it to us.
All right. 1 for 1.
Also, if you have copy paste, you always have backup copy of Austin Powers.
True. It's true.
You can copy as many of them you want. Paste. You can sell it if you wanted. It's illegal, I think. But
oh yeah, absolutely.
Next question. Name the first Legend of Zelda game to feature the hammer, which is used to smash boulders.
Oh, can I pause this for a second? Because you said copy and paste made me think Duplicator, made me think Symphony of the Night. That one of Alucard comes in as a support summon.
Yeah.
One of his moves looks like the sword swipe from the Crusagram.
No shit. That's awesome.
When I saw that, I was like, oh, fuck.
See, when I was able to summon him, no one was around, so he essentially just walked back and forth, or like glided back and forth and did nothing. And I was like, okay, well, there he was.
He's a pretty badass support.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, could you read that again? Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Name the first Legend of Zelda game to feature the hammer, which is used to smash boulders.
I want to say Link to the Past.
Yeah, because I think the whistle smashes. No, wait a minute. Or is the magic hammer in Link 2, in Zelda 2?
I've never played Zelda 2, so I do not know.
I think you have a hammer in that one that smashes the boulders that are in your way.
In the original Legend of Zelda, you're pretty much just uncovering secrets with the candle, right? So I mean,
yeah. Link to the Past, I don't remember it smashing boulders, just like pegs that are in the way.
Hammering the pegs down.
Mm-hmm. You do have a hammer. That's why I think maybe if there's at least one boulder you can smash, then I think it's Link to the Past.
See, I want to say the second one. I want to say Zelda 2.
See, I've never played Zelda 2, so I don't know. There is a hammer in Zelda 2. Mm-hmm. You do smash boulders.
I'm pretty sure, because I know there are boulders that you do smash. I know that 100%. I don't remember if it's a hammer or not.
All right. Well,
I think it is, but
this is a team effort, so I'm
going to side with Tyler on this one because I also haven't played Zelda 2, so he has. So.
All right. I'm siding with Tyler as well.
Zelda 2.
Zelda 2. Locking it in. It is Zelda 2.
All right.
We're 2 for 2, baby. Third question. Agents of Smash was a kids show that centered on this Marvel hero. I mean,
it's got to be the Hulk.
Yeah, that makes 100% sense. I'm not familiar with the show, but I'm going.
I've never heard of
Hulk makes sense. Agents of Smash.
I haven't seen it either, so I'm going to say the Hulk.
All right, I'm good with that. Hulk, locking it in.
Yep.
It is Hulk. 3 for 3. Next question. Once quoted saying, quote, "When you see me smash someone's head, you enjoy it," unquote. I doubt Little Mac agrees. So it's probably someone.
What's the hint?
I think the hint is that they're from a Punch-Out game.
Yeah.
I haven't played too much Punch-Out, so I'm not. Would it be? What's the fat character?
King Hippo.
King Hippo, maybe. I feel like he has the ability to smash a head.
Yeah, but
It's not Super Punch-Out.
It's not Super Punch-Out. God.
I don't remember anybody saying that.
I mean, the only thing, honestly, I wouldn't even think this was from a Punch-Out game, except for the fact that he mentions Little Mac, you know?
Maybe it's like Mr. Dream, somebody we're not used to seeing.
Uh-huh. Maybe if he was talking about biting an ear off, then I would know that it's definitely
right.
Mike Tyson.
You're right. You wanted to say Mr. Dream?
I don't know.
Because I don't know.
Because I don't know the original Punch-Out very well at all.
I mean, I always played Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, and I've never beaten it. So it's not like I've seen everything in that game, you know?
Yeah.
So I got no clue. I think Mr. Dream is a good
it could
Hail
be
Mary.
like Bald Bull, but...
Could be. I also think it's a really weird statement. When you see me smash someone's head, you enjoy it. It's almost like it's not being said to Little Mac, that it's being said to someone else about Little Mac.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, like there's no duo or anything in Punch-Out, right?
No.
God.
Maybe it is Mr. Dream. He smashes your head and you go to sleep forever.
All right. I'm going to say Mr.
Yeah, let's go Mr. Dream.
I'm going to go Mr. Dream.
I don't have a clue.
It's locked in. It is fucking Mike Tyson.
Really?
It is Mike Tyson.
Huh. God damn it.
Half credit.
Half credit. Still the final boss.
Because we did mention Mike Tyson at some point. So
yeah.
Half credit.
All right, next question. In the Game Boy Mega Man 2, I assume Game Boy, in the GB Mega Man 2, Sekugane is a weapon that smashes enemies. It's obtained by beating this mysterious robot from the future. I have never played a Game Boy Mega Man game.
Neither have I.
I haven't played either. I was going to say Gutsman until that point.
Wait, what? Say that again? Read the whole clue.
I was going to... Yeah.
In the GB Mega Man 2, and he does use not the Roman numeral 2, which is used for the NES. Mm-hmm. It's a 2. Sakugane is a weapon that smashes enemies. It's obtained by beating this mysterious robot from the future.
Smash Man.
Smash Man?
Smash Man.
I mean, might as well. I mean, in Smash in the...
It's in the clue, but it's not necessarily in the answer.
Right. It's always going to be in the clue, but it may or may not be in the answer. I mean, I don't know. I've never played the Game Boy Mega Man 2. Sakugane sounds like very Japanese, which makes me think it's like a sword or something, but I don't even know what Robot Masters are in any of the Game Boy Mega Mans.
Neither do I.
Yeah, because I mean, I would offhand want to say Guts Man, but he's not from the future, so...
Maybe Mega Man X shows up.
Yeah.
10 years ahead of the actual creation of Mega Man X.
Sigma is a spirit in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate that I used for a very long time. Yeah. I don't even have a guess.
Do we want to just say Gutsman knowing that we're wrong? Or
Mike Tyson.
There's a possibility.
Gutsman 2. He's from the future.
You're right. Future Gutsman
2, Electric Boogaloo.
Gutsman 2, I'm locking it in. It is Quint. Quint. From Jaws, I'm assuming.
Okay.
The shark hunter. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Apparently I need to play the Mega Man Game Boy Mega Mans. Next question. Famous musician and knight once quoted saying, quote, "I've always wanted to smash a guitar over someone's head. You just can't do that with a piano," end quote. Elton John. Yeah, has to be. Locking it in.
Because he is Sir Elton John.
Paul McCartney.
Yeah, right? Lancelot.
Wile E. Coyote would beg to differ that you can smash a piano over someone's head.
It is. That's very true.
Wile E. Coyote, lock it in.
Wile E. Coyote. I think there's a problem with the quiz because I am not able to answer this question.
So we got it right.
And okay, yeah, I don't know why I can't answer that. We got it right.
I think we all know for a fact it's John.
I mean, we fucking got it.
Yeah.
Next question. Crash and Smash is a behind-the-scenes video made for this 2015 Australian action movie reboot. Has to be Fury Road, right? It doesn't feel like it's that old, but Australian.
About 3 years. All
Mad
right.
Max.
That makes sense.
Right?
Yeah.
Crash and Smash cars and shit.
All right. Yeah. Good.
We good with that?
Yeah.
All right. I'm locking it in. Fury Road.
I'm impressed. I think that's pretty good.
Yes, it is. It's Fury
Nice.
Road.
We're on fire.
Yeah, except for
with the
that.
exception of maybe one question.
Yeah, that fucking Mike Tyson and that Quint bullshit.
We got the final boss. Yeah, I don't.
All right. Well, second to last question-ish. I will quote, I will smash your face into a jelly, end quote, was an outburst by this It's Always Sunny character.
Charlie?
It does sound like something Charlie would say, but I don't.
I mean, Matt could also say it, but
That is true.
I'd say Charlie.
Charlie? I feel good with Charlie.
Lock it in.
All right, locked in, Charlie. The answer is Charlie.
All right.
The answer is Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
And the last question, which is, I guess, really two. First point, name the Super Mario Brothers game to first feature the Thwomp, which tries to smash Mario.
I think it's Super Mario Bros. 3.
I believe that is correct. Super Mario Brothers 3, unless I'm trying to think. I mean, we can't forget Super Mario Lands. I know Land had some really weird shit. I know Thwomps show up in Super Mario Land 3, but that came out after. And Super Mario Brothers 3, because Game Boy came out like what? 1990.
Mario Brothers 3 came out in 88.
Right. So that's got it beat for sure. Super Mario Brothers 3?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't lock it in yet because we also have to do this bonus point.
Okay.
Name the Zelda game that Thwomps made a cameo in. It sounds like something that would show up in Link's Awakening, but I do not remember a Thwomp in Link's Awakening.
I think it is Link's Awakening.
Is there a Thwomp in there that I forgot about? I know there's a chain shop.
I think he's in one of the houses.
Link's Awakening sounds fine to me. I don't know.
It seems like the one, you know what I mean? It has a whole bunch of weird like cross shit.
I can see that. I can see...
But I haven't played enough Zelda games.
I can see it being something even weirder, like when characters cross over in the Dark World, like one of them is a Thwomp.
One of them's a Thwomp. Like one of the sprites is a Thwomp.
Yeah.
A Thwomp and Link to the Past. I don't remember that. I don't know.
Link to the Past or Link Between Worlds.
There aren't Thwomps in the mountain.
Wait a second. Wasn't someone turned into a Thwomp in Link's Awakening?
I don't remember that. I'm not saying it's not possible.
I just feel like the sprite work would probably be the easiest to do on...
Let's just go Link's Awakening then.
Link's Awakening?
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm also thinking like, was there a Thwomp in the mountains in Link's Awakening or something? And it's like, I don't know.
We're going to have to play the Link's Awakening again.
Yeah, I'm fine to do that. But it could be like one of those things where it's like, this could be an Easter egg. You know what I mean? Like, as opposed to like, it makes sense if it's in Link's Awakening because it's all weird and stuff like that. So we're good with Super Mario Brothers 3, and we're going to just go ahead and lock in Link's Awakening and see what happens. All right.
Let's do it.
Super Mario Brothers 3 and Link's Awakening. We fucking nailed it.
All right.
Thank you, Matt.
I think we almost got a perfect score.
It was very
close.
Yeah, it was very close.
We did get a perfect score.
Except for Quint. We totally did not get Quint.
Yep.
Mike Tyson, I'd maybe give to us because I have heard him called Mr. Dream. I've heard that.
Oh, yeah. I say it all the time.
All the time. That's what I
refer to him Mr. Dream at least once a day.
Yeah. Like when I saw The Hangover, I was like, it's Mr. Dream.
Mr. Dream.
And that's it. That's all I got. I do have at least two more questions, Tyler, the first of which being, if you were to give this game a beard that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of beard would it be? And why?
I would have to give it... Because I want to go like iconic and say like Mario's mustache, but I feel like that's sort of cheap. Smash God's beard. It's like our regular God, but he's in Smash Brothers.
Yeah, he's the fifth DLC fighter. God.
It's pretty popular. Bible 2's coming out this year. So
he has a lot of alternate costumes. All right.
Jesus is coming back this year, so they want to advertise by putting him in Smash Brothers.
Yeah, I bet you guys didn't know that before you listened to this episode of TADPOG, that Jesus is coming to the Nintendo Switch. Easter. Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
If you were to give this game a pair of glasses that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of glasses would it be? And why? And why is it Benjamin Franklin's glasses? Is it because it's the closest to look to God as we got?
Yeah, it's true. It's angelic, ascended to heaven, having sex with French angels, Benjamin Franklin.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, he's a copy-paste man if I've ever seen a copy-paste man. Benjamin Franklin ain't got to undo shit.
Nope.
He just wants more of what he got, which is French prostitutes. That's all I got, man. Yeah. Any closing thoughts? Anything else you want to say about Smash Brothers Ultimate before we launch into our deluge of outro?
It's a fucking amazing game.
I agree.
I think if you own a Switch and you don't own Smash, you know, you're missing out, because even if you're not a competitive player, there's so much to do, you know, on your own.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, this game is just so packed with content that Chocto, you said this earlier, and I agree with you. Like it has something for everybody. I really think it has something for everybody, which is something that I don't think this franchise like really had before now. I think this is more of an inclusive game, which I think is really neat.
So thanks for listening, everybody. You can find the show on iTunes, Stitcher, and YouTube.
Kinda.
So you don't miss the next episode.
It feels weird saying that with an actual YouTuber on the show with us.
I wouldn't call myself an actual YouTuber until, you know, it's something I can do full time.
Until you beat that PS4 game.
Yep.
YouTube, what was it called? YouTuber Life or something like that?
It's like OMG YouTubers. It's the cringiest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
I can't remember who posted that.
All the girls wanted that. Yeah. We've discussed trying to maybe get with Bailey because she had requested we do Bad Dudes. Mm-hmm. So we might do that. I asked her if she wanted to have her back from her. So I don't know.
To be fair, it's only been like 2 hours since you asked.
That's true.
So,
it's true.
There'll be an episode next week is our point. We just don't know 100% what it'll be.
Mm-hmm. Maybe Crash Bandicoot. I don't know.
It won't be that.
I feel like it should be Crash Bandicoot.
Can I get through Crash Bandicoot in a week?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I've heard it's like really fucking hard.
But you're really fucking good, though.
Absolutely.
No, I'm not good at Crash Bandicoot. Never played a Crash.
If you can beat Mario.
I don't even know what a fucking Bandicoot is.
You beat Lost Levels. You can do it.
I did beat Lost Levels, but I mean, I'm also have played a Mario game before. So
yeah, he's like Mario, but he can spin.
He's like Mario, but a Bandicoot.
Yeah. It's Mario.
There will be an episode.
Sometime, yeah.
Yeah. Wednesday. Don't say sometime. That makes me really worried.
We'll
Is there something we need to talk about?
I don't know. We'll see.
There'll be an episode sometime.
And we haven't missed one in like 5 years now, but you know, whatever.
I mean, New Year's resolution, miss more TADPOG episodes.
Deaths, weddings, babies, school shootings. We still made it,
right?
But who knows?
Yeah.
Well, you guys are coming up on episode 500. You have anything big planned?
Never.
I mentioned wanting to do a live show for episode 500, but...
Yeah, which I am... Look, I am down to do a live episode if I don't have to run sound. That's my stipulation.
Well, see, I don't even know where we would do it.
I don't either.
That's the big thing.
I don't even know who would show up. Not a lot of people.
No.
So, yeah.
Let's see. Hey, do you want to send us something like Link did?
Like rum?
You can send that to TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P.O. Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002. Mm-hmm. We have an Instagram, TADPOG_podcast.
Yep.
And while I've uploaded a lot of stuff to that recently, and after doing that, Instagram was like, hey, you want to make this a business account? Is this a business? And I was like, yeah, let's do that. I hit yes.
Yeah.
So then what did it do? It made it a Facebook page.
Oh,
so
is
now,
that why that exists?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
man.
I cannot figure out how to delete it or get rid of it. I have no clue what's going on.
Report it like I did. I didn't know it was you, man, because like Exalted Lord Micah Purdue sent me a message this morning that said, have you seen this? And I was like, what? And he linked the page to me, and I was like, motherfucker. Who has done this?
No, but it's me not knowing what Instagram was asking me to do. So,
okay. All right. Well,
no one like it.
Ignore it.
Try to destroy it.
I've reported the page because I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah,
so I'll ask Nikki to do the same thing. Not the TADPOG page, the Tyler and Dave Play Old Games page.
Let's see what else we got. You want to give us a call? 270-883-2555.
Yep. I stream on Twitch. On TADPOG_podcast. I tend to do that on Sunday nights. It's TADPOG Church. Give us a follow there so you get notifications of when I'm going live. Recently, I've been playing Smash Brothers, and I'll probably continue to play Smash Brothers, just probably not on Sundays. And I like playing with viewers. I think that's a lot of fun. And I've learned a lot playing from playing viewers and I've learned a lot playing online matches, but playing with viewers is really nice because there's communication there where it's like, I can learn I can really learn. Something can be told to me. I don't have to discover it myself. Someone can be like, hey, you're not whipping when you should whip with Richter, that kind of stuff. So that's really cool. Also, we do have a Patreon. I'd like to give a quick shout out to Exalted Lord Micah Purdue, who recently upped his donation by a penny. He is riding that penny train. Mm-hmm. Thank you very much, Exalted Lord Micah Purdue. We appreciate it. And Chocto, man, I know you mentioned it before, but thanks for being on the show, dude. And please let people know where they can find you.
Thanks for having me on the show. Like I said, I listen every week. I love you guys. If anyone wants to check out my YouTube channel, I upload mostly Smash now, but I'm going to be making a transition into other just general Nintendo content. But you can find me at youtube.com/Choctopus. I stream on Twitch sometimes. It's my New Year's resolution to be a little more dedicated to streaming. You can find me at twitch.tv/ChoctopusYT as in YouTube, because fucking Twitch, they have that account on lockdown and no one owns it and they won't give it to me.
Oh, really? That sucks.
Yeah, and also on Twitter at ChoctopusYT as well.
Awesome, man. I think that's it. I think that's it. I think that's a show. I had fun.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good one.
Our theme song is Moves by Sycamore Drive. You can find a link to that track in the show notes at tadpog.com.
How do you want to close it out?
Yeah, Chocto, how do you want to close this out?
As your favorite Super Smash brother.
Okay.
It's got to be a brother?
Well, I mean, technically it could be any character.
Okay. So until next time.
Tropical Capricorn. I've been trying to perfect the Richter pose. It's actually like this. He holds up 3 fingers. I don't know why he holds up 3 fingers. And he looks over his shoulder like this. And he does that.
I was originally supposed to be Trevor in Castlevania 3. But then Castlevania, the Netflix series, had to come along, and that was a nightmare. So now I'm Richter.
But they didn't use Grant the Nasty, so I'm Grant. Castle of Illusion fucking killed on Twitch for...
Oh, really?
Not for live views, but the VOD. Had I think it's a 37 views, which is not a shitload, but it's a lot for that channel. Which is really weird. I do not know why. I don't know if it's because Mickey Mouse is in the title.
Possibly.
So I'm just going to add Mickey Mouse to every stream title from here on out. Super Smash Brothers, Mickey Mouse.